hearts are bold. DD bands rapping stories untold. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. The pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Flying with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts, mirror AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in awe, it's blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the stream, friends. Hello, I already see some rockets in chat. All right. What's going on, friends? Did you have a good day? In chat, somebody says, rip Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, yep, rip. I was a huge wrestling fan. I was a kid, my brother, my dad watch it all the time. We'd go to the WrestleManias, we would do everything. The time I saw in Houston, it was at the Astrodome. I remember what it was. I was probably like 7 years old, whatever. Hulk Hogan got smashed in the face on those folding chairs, those metal folding chairs. There was like blood all over his face, and my dad was like, see, sometimes it's real. And I was like, wow, that's cool. So I don't know if it was fake blood, but I still remember that. We do the PNL song. Oh, yeah. Wait, already? You need the PNL song already? Making money already? Good morning, guys. What's up? Bluekin, Jaded, well, PB, Fraser, Liam, Jaded, St. M's, Boop-a-doop. Simon Dean, Aid, Kevin. What do you guys think about today? It's Friday. It should be a good day. Hopefully so. Some Gabriel Piper. Ice Wild. Hello there. Hello. Bruce. Lee. Good morning, Lee. So do you have your live account yet, Lee? We traded 5. Major Noob, 2 Strike, Leo, Alexis. Mario, Happy Poro. When is Matt arriving? Matt is arriving here today. Matt was 10 minutes late today. Matt arrives when he arrives. This is a very astute observation, sir. Sean, Ian Verdova. Wizard is never late. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he meant to. Bruce, Sharon, Julian. Now luck, pure skill. Good morning, Full Tilt. Good morning. Michael Langford. Get touched. Ahmed, Mark Landers. Julian says, I heard about Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah, that was you already saw that. Let's go. And all the rest. Ethan, RC, Alex, Sire, Cheater, Happy Pro says, let's go. I agree. Gonna miss today's session shifting houses. Wait, are you moving? Jonathan, have a good luck with your move and everything. So we passed through our fun and X accounts last night. Let's go. Very, very cool. Very cool. All right, everybody. And the rest of y'all, what's up? Good morning. Good morning, gang. Y'all ready to do this? Excellent. Get a grip on what's going on today. All right. Very cool. All right, let me show you guys some neat stuff about the developments here. In our prototype, we've got these things almost ready to go. Here's the prototype, as you may see, and you'll be able to tell from the screen here. Hold on, let me. All right, so you guys see on the screen really quick. What are we looking at? This is the automated. Have I seen the clip of Trump and Pal yesterday? It was like a scene from The Office. LOL. Was that a real clip or was that AI generated? Where they were like sitting there with hard hats? I saw it, but I thought it was AI. Is it real? They were like bickering with each other, like The Office. Oh yeah, it did very much. Really, it really seemed like it was like Jim and Dwight talking to each other. You know what I mean? Just like completely circling around each other while they're talking. Oh yeah, that's funny that you say that. Real and awkward. Oh, 100%. I saw it and I was like, oh, I thought it was AI. It's so hard. It was so hard to believe that it was real. If that's real, that is so funny, because it was so obvious that they have just a complete disdain for each other. Wait, where's that thing we were looking at? Where'd it go? Oh, here. What are we looking at? Here is the overnight dynamics, right? From the test server. I don't know if this is the correct data or not, or what day this is from, but this is the overnight dynamic. And this is the shifting text labels that will shift with the candles, just so the labels are nearby when you're trading. So this is ready to go. It's getting there, and then conversions are next. So I'm constantly not always like scooting my labels over, right? That way you can keep your text, and some of the modification features that we will have. I don't know if it's coming out with the first release, if they're going to catch it for the first time, and may just get it in the next release, is that you'll be able to adjust like how many bars to the right your labels will be. Like if you want them way over here, you want them over here, you want them all the way to the right, whatever. So you'll be able to modify some of these parameters in there. What's up, Lee? The rest from yesterday was a total of $500. So Lee donating $500 to the community. Impressive show. Lee goes live with Tradeify, getting his $80,000 of payouts. Lee is one of our members in the Rock Scooter team. It's been here for about 2 years, I would say. And now he's a live trader with Tradeify. It's incredible. And when you pass, he said, I want to pay it forward. I feel like that's such a big theme here. And very, very, very awesome. He donated $500 US to the stream. Half of it went yesterday and the other half is today. And I really appreciate that, man. And I said, because he donated $500, I'll donate $1,500 to the stream as well, which means we're going to buy $2,000 worth of boot camps for you guys. Which means 100 free seats. 100 people will be able to come to our boot camp in August. We start it up for free. Our 20-day trading boot camp. Appreciate you, Lee. That's really awesome of you, man. Booty camp, baby. Yeah, so you guys can be trained in our training program for 0. All right, let's get rolling. Let me start doing yesterday's. I always wanted to have a free educational program or a cheap one. And as many donations as we get, it's almost become a free program, meaning that when you go through it, you don't buy it for yourself. But after you finish, you buy it for someone else. Isn't that the coolest thing in the world? We have more people buying bootcamp for someone else than we have people buying bootcamp for themselves. That's how profound it is. It's blowing my mind that this is what our community's like. Super cool. Like somebody goes through it, they're like, crap, this is cool. I mean, it's only $20. Otherwise, it's very inexpensive. And that's part of our belief system here, is that education should always be cheap. The fact that you want to learn is the easiest place for somebody to exploit you and get you to pay them a large sum of money. What are we, like a college system here? Gurus got to make their Lambo payments, got to pay their apartment rent, got to pay their mom for rent for the basement they're living in. They need your money to mentor you. I think that's nonsense. Even the best traders in the world don't have time to mentor anybody. It's a very, very inefficient use of your time to mentor people. Yet there's a whole educational system out there. People that need your money, promising you they'll teach you how to do this. And I was always said, well, I'll do it for free, or I'll do it for nothing, or practically nothing. Because I like stories like Lee, where people come out, $20 boot camp, they're like, I got funded. And it's not like he's hovering over a $10,000 build a rocket scooter. You know what I mean? All right, let's get our dynamics on here. If you're a member of our platform, bootcamp has always been free, by the way. 382, okay, that's good. 6294, 6407, perfect. 6356, that's way off the chart, so let's delete this one. Not useful, not needed. Okay, so we're opening kind of flat-ish again, maybe like a 5-point difference in the SB. I hate flat opens, not my favorite. Bum, 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 bum. And then, yeah, the Scooty label is gonna be so much fun to have that, because I am always like, it's like a fidget spinner for me. I'm always like moving my labels around just as a mode of fidgeting. So now I don't have to fidget anymore. Now I need something to fidget with. I'll just draw more emojis on the chart. That'll give me something to fidget. All of this will be automated. Be sure he does open and close with that. Hold on. Okay, so now I'm having him do the okay, so I'm giving him the labels. Oh, I don't know if my Funny Future ever answered that question. And a text label for half gap like this that will change what it says. All right, so good. I'm getting him to add this now. One at a time. We're doing them one piece at a time. Super exciting. Trump is tweeting. What's he doing? What's he saying? Trump. Oh my God. The stuff. Oh, there's a bathroom. There's the bathroom break version of this. I'm looking for all my... Y'all have the funniest things y'all are putting in the songs, Michelle. There's more songs every day. There's the... Oh my goodness. All right, we need to start consolidating some browser tabs here. Hold on. Put this all together. This is important. Put that together. What is this? Oh, the maniac. I forgot to close everything down yesterday. All right. Trump's chatting. These are clearly important. Half of our stream is very complex analysis. The other half of the stream is pictures of Matt frowning in the bathroom as a fat green ogre. What's up? Good morning, guys. Hit that like button. Don't forget we're doing ETF giveaway today, as we always do every single Friday. Excited about that. Those dynamics should be out by Monday. I'm doing one final test on them. By the way, congrats again, Lee, for getting live with Tradeify. Looks will be gapping somewhat higher today. I feel this is a flat market again. Let me double check. No, gapping. Oh, no, gapping down. This is actually gapping down. I do not like flat opens. Flat opens make it really hard to trust resilience because resilience is very sensitive at the middle of the redistribution zone. So your stocks are opening flat, which we hate. Resilience is going to be... Bootcamp hands down. Somebody says the best education out there. Well, thank you. So blessed finds community. Thank you everyone for your support. Here to support you guys as well. Thank you, Julian. Appreciate that. So looking forward to bootcamp. It's going to be awesome, man, next time. Received an email from FundedX about using a VPN. Any issues you have with FundedX for now, go straight through Slack. So I'll start working on it with you. We're trying to get them to become lax on their standards for US markets, right? The VPN thing is silly. Can I put a word through with the prop firms you deal with? Yeah, I can, Claris. Whatever you got. If you got something, I can work with it. What's up, Kaizen from ETF in here to answer your ETF questions. They are having a huge, by the way, Later Funding is having a huge 65% off sale on their static and their directed funded. So pretty big. It's nice to get it directed funded at a huge discount. And then of course, everything else I think is 90% off, right? For the other accounts. So this is big. Code Rocket Scooter hooks you up with that, just letting you guys know. News day today. It's going to be probably a light news day today. There's really not much going on unless we get, you know, Trump throwing some curveballs at it. There's really nothing on the calendar today that's worth worrying about. Kind of no news day sort of thing. Earnings for next week. Okay, this website's sort of frozen. Oh, come on. Next Tuesday is a pretty big one with Visa and some healthcare groups and Boeing and Starbucks. So it's a big one. And then Wednesday's the big dog with more tech. So you have Meta, Microsoft next week. And then Thursday is going to be big also. Apple, Amazon. I always have those kind of right back to back there. And then, of course, NVIDIA always comes like weeks after all those. Oh, I never even paid attention. S&P Global is actually a publicly traded company. Did not know that. That's your S&P. Standard & Poor's. Does a flat open mean that it's open around yesterday's close? That's correct, Ransom. The flat open means we are very close to doing nothing overnight. Right? We just basically are where we started. And because of that, resilience is very sensitive to the middle to kind of let you know which way the stock market's going. If all the stocks are opening near the middle, resilience gets to be very choppy. So it's hard to make an assessment. If resilience is coming through like 70 or 80 or 90%, like high levels, then I'm like, okay, it's bullish. If resilience comes in at like a 20 or 30, normally it's very bullish still, but in a flat day, I don't really jump in all in long like I'm missing out on something. Usually flat days, I always trade small-ish at the open. I can kind of keep it light just in case the market is, you know, gapping. Like resilience will look like it's real bullish and you get a little spike in S&P, then it sells off. So flat days kind of suck. You receive the same email because you use your laptop to register your account. Yeah, both of you guys go through Slacks today. I'll be able to help you out with that. We're gonna yell at them about that as well. I think that it's so crazy that, you know, prop firms, they keep their security tight, but in the modern day, you need to be able to trade through multiple devices and you know, people travel and stuff. I mean, it's just, you know, I understand the reason they do it that way. If they ban you for cheating, you can't go open up an account in your grandma's name. But I feel like there's so few people cheating and so many people rules like that do hurt. The most prop firms are evolving to have a no VPN, like no punishment for using VPNs or moving around. You know what I mean? Like it sucks for you to go on vacation, then to trade from your hotel room, and all of a sudden you get banned for it. Like I think it's really silly. If they're already doing a KYC at payout, so it's completely a moot point for them to like care if like think that you're a different person. I mean, you could still spoof the KYC at payout. I mean, it's just like, hey, grandma, can you just sit in front of the camera? I know I signed up for an account for your name. You know what I mean? It's silly to add that to that. You already have a KYC to verify someone is them. And they can already cheat that. So there's really, it's faux security. It's fake security. There's like no benefit I think they gain from that. Yeah, and by the way, ETF no longer has a VPN role. By the way, as Kaizen's letting you guys know in chat. Yep. I like when firms are more progressive like that, have to understand. And again, global Forex giants are going to be a little different because, you know, you're in one country and every one of your customers is from another country. There's you know, really hard to police that. So they have to be like super, you know, I get why there's tight security on a global thought process. It does make sense. You know, you're in this continent, most of your customers are in this continent, and it's like, you know, we got to be very careful because, you know, who knows who's scamming us from where, and can we even do anything about it? We can't like call our local police, you know, here in the UAE and have them go arrest somebody in Africa or have them go arrest somebody in China because all our customers are everywhere. So they have to be very tight. But in the US, it's different because, you know, the US has its own business customs here. And in the US, we travel all over the place, except we're still in the same country, right? And so in the US, we may not all have passports. You know, in the US, we may not, you know, you can be here and press charges on someone and eventually it'll get to them over here. It's kind of a different thought process to do business in the United States. So they need, like, we're advising them on kind of how prop firms are run here. And the VPN thing is not something you should have in the States. It's very common for our workforce to travel all over the place. And I hear stories, the VPN role, people get banned just for traveling, trading in the hotel. Yeah, baby. Y'all ready to do this? Am I bullish or bearish today? Let's talk about it. Market's opening in about 10 minutes. That's not the DD band. Ignore this green line here. I don't think I typed in the risk interval there. Looks like we're opening pretty flat-ish. I would say it is kind of a crapshoot what's going on. VVIX has been trailing up, you guys, so just be a little bit on the cautious side here. It's still in the safety zone. Not really worried about that. VIX is below our triple B level, which is great, 1841. But you see when we had that little, whatever, that Trump chat news on Canada trade, VIX was able to move a little bit more than it has been just because VVIX is high. Anything above 100 is like when you're in kind of dangerous territory. So the VIX is still stable, doesn't mean it can't go higher. If VIX sits here and keeps going, it could be pretty bad news for the day. So y'all be careful today. This could very well be another flat day. This could continue to rally from here. The fact that we kind of rallied up and then traded back lower, I think a lot of this is just positioning sideways for earnings next week. A lot of the major tech is going to be the big focus. So I don't think we get a big breakthrough rally today. I think that we're going to be kind of stuck in the same sort of range, I would say. But again, we're not going to come in here and try to guess if the market's selling off or short this at the open or anything. We're going to watch and wait and see. The normal course of action in bull markets is to wait. If the market opens and resilience is really positive, like 70, 80, 90, I might smack it like one long with one account or two, and then assess from there 30 seconds later what the maps say. If the maps are really bad, I've only got 1 or 2 contracts in case it falls, and I can dig out of a hole on any of my strong pivots. Somebody asked, what is the consistency rule on ETF? ETF has a unique consistency rule, which is kind of a neat approach to it that's different than how everyone else does it. Everyone else has your trade can't be bigger than X% of your total. Your biggest trade has to be less than X% of your total. And ETFs is like all of your trades need to be at least X% of your biggest one. So with the way that they handle it, both of them are exactly the same if you put them side by side, just a different approach to it. If on Tradeify you go over your 20%, one of your trades is 40% of the total, then your total just gets X amount bigger. So you have to trade longer. The ETF, it's the other way around. If one of your trades is really big, then all of your other trades have to be slightly bigger, or else they don't count towards the total. So therefore, you have to trade longer to get to the total. One of them, the total moves to make you trade longer. The other one, your smaller trades don't count, or your smaller days don't count towards the total. And it's just a different approach to it. They're both exactly the same when you think about it. One of them may give you an extra day or two quicker path if you breach, as it's easier to like if you trade consistently, Then ETFs rule really rewards that. If you're like, I make $1,000 every day, and then you actually make $2,000 one day, and then you're like, okay, I got to make like $1,200 every day now. It's not that much of an adjustment. Whereas with other firms, it's like you break your consistency. You got to trade 2 whole extra days instead of making each trade slightly bigger, which is like, hey, let me trade 8 micros instead of 6. That's an easy solution. The other type of consistency is like, let me trade 2 extra days. Well, each day is a chance to bust, right? So every extra day is bad. I like the idea of making me trade bigger. It's not at first, it's kind of like hard to get used to, but when you think about it, your balance just grows. You trade bigger, you get that reward. On the other side of the coin, if your profit target gets bigger for a fixed payout, you don't get anything else for your extra trades. Think about the two of them. Prop for May, your target moves further, but your payout's fixed. You can still get a $3,000 payout whether you got to make $9,000 or $15,000. Your payout doesn't change. When the directed funded the other way, they make you trade bigger. Your account target stays the same, but your balance gets bigger. And all that's up for grabs eventually, right? So either way, it's kind of like the same, but your first payout, you're adding to, well, actually, I guess if they have payout caps, then it's the same if there's payout caps. It really doesn't matter. They're pretty much the same, I think. But one of them makes you trade extra days. The other one just makes you trade slightly bigger per day. So might buy you an extra day or two of getting there faster. To go crap on over consistency, what can I do? Well, just trade a couple more micros tomorrow. Everybody has, but if you think everybody has the same rule, Moro, it's like if you think about it, everyone has the same rule. It's just math. It's just framed different math. It's the same rule. You get a big trade that's too big, then you got to trade longer or bigger as a result. Everyone has the same rule, unless they have a no consistency rule. Yeah. So. Kind of the way that it goes. All right, we are opening flat, guys. Welcome. Don't forget to hit the like button. We're doing a big old giveaway today, like we always do every Friday, like we do every day. Morning stream, we have to do a giveaway. Afternoon we stream, we do a giveaway. How many people here? It's your first time in chat. Say hello. Introduce yourself to the Rocket Crew. You guys are part of the biggest, fastest growing stream in trading right now. Every week we've gone up bigger and bigger in viewers. It's crazy. 2 weeks ago, we went up 20% over the previous week. Last week, we went up 40% over the previous week. This week, we went up 26% over the previous week in total views. We're clocking in 12, 13,000 views a day now, which is crazy. The biggest future streamers are like 20. We're growing up there. I love it. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, you guys, my YouTube chat is frozen again. Let me see if I can open it up. So he said, hello from Michigan. Hello. First time, Simon Dean. Mod already, huh? That's great, man. You're climbing the ladder quick for your first time. Hi, hi, hi. Hello. First time Forbes. What's up? First time. Nice to meet all you guys. All right. Hello, Matt from Cali. What's up, ERP? What's up? So you're telling you have an exponentially smaller chance of winning a free account at the current trajectory? We are compounding on a percent basis, so therefore it's parabolic. Yeah, so you'll get a if we were growing exponentially, that'd be great. More like compounding in more of a polynomial fashion. All right, what do we think, guys? Get everything prepped and ready here to go. Are we selling out the door? What's the thought? Whatever feeling I have is that we will be selling today. I don't have any reason to believe we'll be selling. The VVIX trailing up just lets me believe it, but I don't think we'll be selling off. That's the thing. I feel like out the door we'll probably be dropping a little bit. It just feels it. Probably up then down. Yeah, or probably down then bounce, then down, then flat, then up. I think today we should just wait and see, right? Of all the bull market that we've had, I feel like today is not the day that I'm going to be as aggressive as a bull as I usually am. Like for the last 3 months, I've been longing out the open, long at the open. I finally feel like right now, VIX just got into the glory zone, which we love, and then it's very close to being weird again. And I don't feel like I'm going to be selling off, but I'm just going to, like, for whatever reason, this is the first day I wake up feeling a little nervous about the market. Again, it can keep going, and I'm not going to bet that it's not going to keep going. It's got like a weird, wonky feeling. Now it's still trending higher, so it could still push up. It can push straight up and not even stop. We're going to wait and see what we get. I just don't. I hate flat days. Look at this. Flat day. We're opening like right at the same spot. I don't know. I have a weird feeling. You see a lot of divergence, right? And that's another part of this. We've been seeing a little bit of a divergence lately leading into earnings, and that could just be something we see. I don't think the market's going to crash out due to earnings, but any preemptive movement can cause this market to kind of destabilize a little bit. Yeah, the charts look very, very much different from each other. We've been seeing divergence, especially in the Dow Jones, right? And the Russell, they've been very different than the S&P and NASDAQ. Even the S&P and NASDAQ are very different relative to each other. NASDAQ is finding lower lows and the S&P is not. Grabbing days when the S&P rallies and NASDAQ is selling a little harder. So we're actually probably looking to gap down now, and I'm just kind of fidgeting with this here. Gapping down, all right. 1 minute. Flat Friday equals death. I know, right? You need your meds already. I need my BP meds. My blood pressure's about to go through the roof. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. At 1,100 viewers, we're going to be doing a giveaway today. Elite Trader Funding is giving us 4. I think 4, maybe 5. 4 or 5, somewhere in there. I think 4. I think I said 4. Direct to funded accounts. Do this every Friday. It's fantastic. You know, they want you guys to definitely feel rewarded by being part of this community. They've always been real supportive. They hang out in chat to answer questions. You don't really get that from a prop firm. Putting in the time to really show you how important you are to them, which is really nice. That I can appreciate. Wait a minute. Where was yesterday's close? All right, Matt, you're fidgeting the wrong way. Can I move this around? Hold on. 1500 right here. Okay. Why is it moving the wrong one? Okay, this is definitely a gap down today. Gap down with moderately priced resilience. Resilience is negative out the door, which is good. My spidey senses were good about not doing anything out the open. So again, it could still get a big old green candle out of this. Let's go ahead and wait and see. Let's go to maps and see if we get any good long pressure. You know what's great about markets that sell off when you open and they just fall and keep falling? You can just watch it and you avoid being faked out. What I hate is when the market rallies and then dumps. Okay, so if we pull long up, open, no pivots nearby, just like yesterday. Let's make sure we get the new updates here. Nothing yet. Bull long up on IWM Russell. Liquidity pocket nearby. Resilience is back to being positive. All right, QQQ EST. We are 80 points of NASDAQ liquidity pocket, which is good. All right, so let's go ahead and draw it. We have the open, and then 20 points lower is bear zone. So there's 60 points, 80 points. So it's going to be right down here at 80. Huge liquidity pocket on NASDAQ. So bull zone support is here. DD ratio greater than half. This is a long entry right here. If there is anything to do, this is a long entry, but then there's pocket all the way down at the bottom. So it's up to You know, we know it's open. Let me just move this out of the way. It's going to be like very close to congesting this up. All right, so we have a huge pocket down here and MHP at the same time. So advantageous Matt wants to long out the open. Bulls on bottom. If we lose this by a factor of 10, or sorry, 40 points, I can fall to the pocket and take a long off of that. So just something small. And hopefully we rally. You know what I want to do? I know this sounds funny, but I don't want to be in this trade. I know I'm going to be missing out. I know I'm missing out, but I'm pulling out because I want to wait. I want to wait and see something better. I'd love to get that pocket. That'd be a clean, sick trade. S&P with resilience being slightly negative, I'm going to pull out of that, okay? And we'll see what we get out of that. What if I want to just kind of be like slightly risky? And avoid that, or not risk averse and avoid this. What do we think? What are you thinking, guys? Index divergence, 40-point LP, not 80. Are you sure? 65 to 64. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad. You're right, my bad. Thank you. 20. Oops. Watching NASDAQ and S&P both today. Resiliences are slightly positive, which is looking pretty good. What are we feeling, guys? Marking my S&P open here. I think today is the day I want to be cautious. It's still bullish. Nothing not bullish about everything. Everything looks pretty tidy. We're probably going to still be bullish on monthly maps. For whatever reason, I just have a feeling about today, and I don't know why. VVIX is gapping up and going even higher. Like volatile, like the market's gonna be sensitive to something. Like I feel like in the airwaves there's something brewing. And if I miss out, I miss out, but I want to get a good setup. And these bull opens are good. This like open trade is pretty decent for the NASDAQ. So things look pretty solid. S&P good at bull zone. We're opening a bull zone. It's the start of a big rally day. If that's the place. Why my NASDAQ candles are not loading up? I don't know if we get a pullback per se, rather than I think that the market is kind of figuring out what it wants to do. There it is. Okay. Opening a bull zone, BLU, bull zone bottom, always a long setup. So when this guy moves like right there to bounce, if it falls there and conditions look great, I'll be very willing to jump in along. Resiliences are just flat market, and resilience is not that strong. It's barely flat. Doesn't mean the market's going to sell off, but it means I'm not super excited about the market not having the ability to immediately turn around. So we'll see, right? Whereas just took a nosedive. Like these, again, these flat days are just on the fence. You have to be very careful with it. And I never like to chase out the door on the flat days, out the open, just like that. Maybe that's just me. And again, I don't short off negative resilience either, but I don't chase the long flat days unless res is like 90, 70, 80, 90, really big. See, this is an entry point to the long side. For if I was a bull, this is a good bull spot. If I'm a bear, if I'm a bull, this is a really good spot. If I'm like a cautious bull, this is the better spot. NASDAQ. And S&P kind of a similar boat. It's got bull zone bottom way down in here in liquidity pocket. So S&P is about 15 points lower for support, which is nice. My spidey senses were kind of on point for now. I love the fact that I understand I don't touch flat markets unless I got a really strong resilience, and 20 wasn't enough to chase along. Doesn't mean it's going to sell off, but it means I'm cautious on the sidelines. So VVIX trailing up, so the market has that ability to sell off pretty hard today. So far, my judgment call's been good. I got in on the long. I pulled the plug very quickly. I like that. Might not get a good trade today. Be nice if I could, but I take that bear zone top and grab that as a long. This is overshooting bull zone bottom. You don't normally overshoot pivots and VIXs below triple B, so trust this as selling pressure. Trust it. That's how you do it. Hopefully that makes sense with you guys. Trust it as selling pressure. Does that make sense? You don't overshoot pivots that often when VIX is below triple B. I get ready to long right at the bottom at the I'm getting all my things ready to long. All right, loading up my accounts here. Right at the top, bears on top. So pretty cool, right? EST tapped. Wait, where? Hold on. Not yet. We're almost there. This is 65, 64. This is 40 points off the open. Right? Hold on. So it should be at 20, right? 20. You don't overshoot pivots when VIX is below triple B. So this is genuine selling and not volatility. And when you see big red candles like this, it's genuine selling, so be careful. Liquidity pocket will be right here. Draw a magnet to pull it back up. I want to draw a magnet to pull it down today. Let's get some lower. I want to sell off day today. I really do. That'd be awesome. Like, let's get a little magnet action going on here. Well, I found we have an emoji. I don't even have to draw these things anymore. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. We almost have 1,100 viewers here today. Wow, congratulations. How many people, it's your first time here in the Rock Scooter stream? Feel free to introduce yourself. Say, hey, we do giveaways every single day. In the morning, I go to My Funded TV, we do giveaways. And then we go back here in the afternoon, I do giveaways. We are here all day long. Don't forget, if you guys are trading prop firms, the more you use code Rocket Scooter, the more we hook you guys up with more accounts to give away. I leverage all of our viewer base in this big, fat, growing community. I'll be the first influence in the world that's not trying to take... I hate the word influence. That makes you feel stupid. First person in the world in the industry doing this. It's not trying to go out there and buy Rolexes and Lambos and shit. I tell all the prop firms when I work with them, I go, how many accounts are you giving my community to give away? I like giving away free shit to people. And so they look at the numbers and they go, wow, you guys do a lot of business with us. How about we give you 10? I go, how about you give me 20? How about you give me 40? This is where we are. I'm about to replace Apex up here. I love Apex, by the way. They're doing a 90% off sale and our code still gives you 90% off with Apex. However, I'm sort of wanting to fill that spot with another firm that has different kind of offerings. Nothing wrong with Apex, but I would like to put a different firm up there. The banner is a very important place. Can we make this slightly smaller? Oh no, I had this right here. That's how I was doing it. Right there. Perfect. All right, spidey senses are tingling. Bulls on bottom, we need really strong resilience, and resiliences are negative. So it can still, really strong resilience for me to believe that we break out and keep going higher. So remember, and res is less than 0, and take it with a grain of salt because flat days, resilience is not the best gauge of direction through the box because it's choppy at the middle. Resilience is very sensitive at the middle. It just takes Apple moving up 3 pennies at the middle to get that to chop like that. So even though resilience is kind of all over the place, it's not strong in either direction. It means most of the stocks are flat, which means it's an absolute crapshoot. If you're to err to any side during an absolute crapshoot, long side is always the better side when the greater market's bullish. Not like I'm shorting for the market to sell off, but because it's flat, I can miss out a little bit. And because resiliences aren't super strong, I'm going to tell myself that's probably a high of the day for now. And therefore the R&R is not super great for me to take a long from here, because what do I want to grab, like 20 points and then maybe get a big sell against me? I use resilience to tell me about how high it will go. Because it's positive-ish, it can likely fill the gap, but that is my target. I need other evidence to kind of go higher. So usually in days like this, I like to chill and wait. I can throw a contract at it just in case it rallies, sure. But I can also chill and wait until I get my really strong pivots to trade off of, just in case. It doesn't look like we're selling anymore, and VIX is kind of coming down a little bit, which is nice. But again, you put a gun in my head, tell me pick a direction, I'm always going to pick bull in this environment. Did I jump in outright? Nope, not yet. Not yet. I don't have really strong. See, the thing is, resilience helps me pivot inside the redistribution zone, right? So we're looking at it right now is that where are my labels here? And again, S&P and Nasdaq, very similar boat. Half gap is support to close or to open price here. And then that's it. We might be in a gap and go situation, which should be fine. Nothing looks bearish about this. It's getting slightly better. I'm gonna try to trade the S&P today. It's been the more stable of the two. Why don't I just, for fun, grab an S&P contract, maybe two, and one account, literally one account, just because I can. SPY's pretty good. Bull long up, bottom bull zone support is down here. If it's basically, actually I should trade this with a small instead of 2. What's in what they're for 14 times, it's about $1,400 loss if I'm wrong. So this one account will go down $1,400 if I'm wrong on 2. Let me get on 1. I'll do 1 and see if I ride on 1. And if it falls, I can load up on 2, just in one account. I'm touching this in just one account. Again, my confidence in this is not the biggest and best, but resilience is getting slightly better, which could support this at the open. Nasdaq's gonna have a really big nasty candle coming through here right now in a second. And then we have to see. I hate flat opens with not committal resilience. I'd like to see it be like 80 or 90. Resilience is a kind of a percent of the market cap that's flexing through this box. 0 is here, 100 is here, and then minus 100 is here. Basically what it's looking at all the stocks at once, right? And because it's only like at 10, it's very close to 0. It means the majority of the stocks, I'll pan through them very quickly, are balanced. There's not a lot of momentum either way, which is kind of makes it a crapshoot. And I always err to the long side if I need to, but I really don't have, like I said, this guy's is not an A+ setup. This is kind of a crummy setup. Now, NVIDIA has support here, which is good. A lot of your stocks have support underneath them. See how Apple's just kind of like riding the middle. Apple has support down here, which is good. The stocks can kind of just, you know what I want to do? I know I'm being a wuss. I'm gonna close the long again. I've lost 400 bucks getting in and telling myself to get out. I just have a weird feeling about this that we can fall to supports, and maybe I'm gonna miss out. I don't care. No evidence other than I hate flat days and it's not strong enough to pick a bull momentum rally, and VVIX is creeping higher as we speak. So because VVIX is creeping higher, it's not alarming yet. It doesn't mean the market's going to sell off, but this is something to take note of. We went from 86 to 91 from yesterday's close until now, and VIX hasn't started moving yet. So it's not going to take long for the VIX to start moving, and we're so close to triple B. This could be a big sell-off day. Not that there's evidence for selling off, not that it's time to fire off shorts, but man, I just don't feel it. Is that just me or is that you guys? You know what I mean? Are y'all feeling like today's a little weird? The fact we have supports lower, I don't think we're crashing, but I think the market can chop around a little much more than we think. Meta right on the edge of the middle, also monthly hedge pressures there. So the stocks are still opening all with bull liquidity maps, which are good. I just feel, I don't know. Is it just me? Travis reminded me that you guys have balls of steel and it's just me. I know for some reason I just feel off. Like I'm okay with chilling on this. I've had a stellar week. I've had a stellar month. I've been crushing all across the board. So I'm like in no hurry to like fuck it up. Low volume Friday. You know what I'm saying? What you mean, guys? Raz is good though, so everything's pointing up. Everything's pointing up. I would say that right now, I think at least we'll see if we get any further short squeeze that goes like this. I can see it sitting 420. But I can't convince myself that this isn't very possible. Like they're chopping in there, or even best case scenario, be to long from there or long from there. I'd love to have these dips, which would be nice if the market does sell off. Today you have 0 setups too, Roxos. Okay, cool. Like I like seeing what you guys do with your styles as well. You're watching Apple, right? As well, Ian. Watching Apple for possible sell-off, right? All the stocks aren't necessarily giving us good bully vibes, right? And you guys can see when I see setups like this, the question always is, do I take? And this is Apple, for instance, be a big pull on the entire index, right? So I can tell myself, do I long at the open, or do I wait for the gap fill and take these B setups here, or do I just wait for the guaranteed, you know, high-powered possible bounce? I guarantee, guaranteed volume. We call this hedge bombs, right? So at the bottom, you got everything lines up. Bull zone bottom, hedge pressure, monthly hedge pressure, all at the same spot. This is like a plus setup. This is the best you get when everything lines up. So the idea is do I just miss out on this? Oh, we got the news coming through right now. The market's kind of pushing higher. Or do I wait and avoid like all of this initial move, and then if things were to fall, I'm the first person in for the big up, like the more solid pivot? Like, do I want to pick up a few pennies right here? And the answer is, I don't know. They're all bullish. There's nothing bearish about this, but I'm like, can I grab it at the support? Right? Apple, pay attention to that. Nvidia, paying attention to that. Again, all the stocks are kind of just like ability to sit here. So I think we're still bullish for the day. Might just be a better entry to wait for a better pivot. None of the Mag 7 are pulling back, which is good. They're all holding. Nvidia is still pushing higher. I mean, Nasdaq's still pushing higher, which is good. Like, I'm not shorting this, as you guys can tell. I'm not shorting this. I've convinced myself not to long 2 times in a row, but no reason other than I should be longing EST off the bull zone bottom. I just don't like flat days. And if I miss out, I can miss out, but at least you guys are probably killing it. Can get a nice little pop up to like this 420 level. Looking pretty solid there. You high on Q, SPY lagging? Yeah. Looking solid here. Like I said, in this particular day, I would say that if I got 40 points on this or whatever, I'd be taking profit on little scalps instead of trying to ride a wave. So nothing big for me yet. Although my first inclination was to long 2 times in a row. I longed, closed out, longed, closed out, but that would have been a decent decision. Actually, I don't think S&P's really moved yet. I just kind of haven't done anything yet. It's feeling short squeezy, which is good. The momentum's picking up. Volatility is not picking up, which is good. Nasdaq's pushing kind of to the middle of the range. Nasdaq's running. You guys that are long looking good here. This is short squeeze-ish. So about 425, 430, we were that poppins up about right about here. Long's killing it. We like velocity. That's what I'm saying. I do like velocity. Speed. Speed's the name of the game. And again, flat day crapshoot. Looks like a push to the upside. Greater market's still bullish. Bull zone bottom support. Everything was A+ for that setup. For just whatever reason, I decided today I wanted to be a wuss in the market. I've been so hyper aggressive over the last couple months. Longing out the door, longing out the door, longing out the door. And now I'm just kind of like, okay, let's chill and see what happens. I don't think this is momentum to fly. I think we're just having stocks flip around their half gap, and you're going to see Nasdaq and S&P chop around it as well until this gets really big. Now it's getting better, which is good. You know, shorts, good luck. I don't got any shorts on the table or nothing today. Nasdaq has clean as can be. I kind of waiting for lower liquidity pocket, to be honest. Which would have been my A+ setup. Pivoted underneath it, didn't get there. Again, I don't know why. I'm not feeling today. I feel like the universe is reaching out to me from behind the grave. Something. Some former trader from 100 years ago is like, Matt, today's gonna be weird. Trump's gonna say something in the middle of the day. VVIX is high. Get in and out as fast as you can. Moderate resilience. Again, not shorting this, but I'm just like, I feel like this is a day that something's going to come out of left field. Some tweet, something, some whatever. Call me crazy. But VVIX creeping up like it is, the market will be overly sensitive to just about anything that comes out. I don't think I have anything on the calendar though, but the market's still bullish, which is good. Nothing on the calendar for the rest of the day. We're kind of fine on that. If you put a gun in my head, tell me to make a trade, it's bullish. Expect a lot of Trump tweets this morning. I know, right? This is what I'm thinking. NVIDIA about to hit triple highs. Let's go with NVIDIA. Looking nice. Loving it. Hitting highs, hitting highs, hitting highs again. Let's go. But flat days, I'm just not a big fan of. I usually give it an hour or two and let it develop and figure out what I want to do. Like the longer side is definitely the better trade here. There is no upside limit to this. If it keeps going, upper DD band is it. We can have a big runner day. At least I'm not shorting this, which is good. Shorting this would be completely crushing my face, which would be good. No shorts, nothing. I'm always on the right side when I sit out. Something you teach yourself when you're trading. I'm always on the right side when I'm sitting out because it's never the wrong choice. When you're sitting out and choosing to sit out, it is a winning trade. It's a win of 0, but it's still a win. I do think bull zone support right here. This is really strong support. Now that this is all kind of lined up to got a little bit better. This is all really good support. I don't think we rally with momentum. I think we push up one more wave up to maybe about 420 area to line up with this right about here. And then we chop this, and the market maybe does that. And then for whatever feeling I have is that we're like, this is what we have today. I don't know why. I don't know. Again, I've got market ghosts speaking out to me behind the grave, making me feel weird about today. And anytime I feel weird, I don't do anything. And my intuition has always been really good. Worst case scenario, I miss out on a big fucking rally. But best case scenario, I don't miss out on anything. I sit here and don't have a heart attack and I just watch the market chop around. Small volume, VVIX creeping higher. Trump's talking right now. It's like a crapshoot, right? And so the last thing I'm going to do is give up any money. And I know that. I can feel that. I can see it. Trump's literally talking as we speak. Here's Ghost speaking out to me from behind the grave. I didn't even read the news this morning. And as I'm sitting here rapping, Trump is talking. Green, red text, red text. So I just feel it. And like I said, I got the feeling that Trump was going to start talking to quiet. I think like Wall Street is like, hi, we're Wall Street, Mr. Trump. It's quiet news day today. Can you start talking? Today's the day we need something. Tell us what I really know. All the market makers call me every morning, man. I'm the one that helped them create the algo. The algo. The market maker algo. I mean, I'm the one that helped them build it. That's why they call me every day to let me know. My nuts are tingling. Yeah, there you go. I can feel it in my drawers. But no, the idea that Trump is talking, I'm just kind of being silly, but the idea that Trump is talking and something could happen and VVIX is high, the market can be sensitive to anything, which means I can get some better entries for bigger runs up rather than sitting here all day in a small trickle up, low volume short squeeze that's going to take 2 or 3 hours to get higher. I'd rather wait just in case I get like a 5 or 10 minute dump to some level. Flat days, I'm always like a rule of thumb. You guys know with me on flat days, I'm not trusting anything in the first hour. I'm just waiting. And you're never going to miss out on anything on a flat day. Trust me. Flat day with creeping VVIX, the market can go any which way. I get the news a lot for sure. LOL. Is today a trend line day? Yeah, exactly right. 3 or 4 taps. That's what you need to get. If Trump's wearing a red tie, he's telling you guys it's going down, so watch out. Not bearish enough to go down though, but anything can happen. Let me see if my intuition's good. He is talking about Canada and he's talking about tariff letters and he's saying a bunch of stuff and the market's not doing anything. The VIX is not going anywhere. We are kind of safe-ish in the safe zone, VIX below triple B, so there's no reason to be afraid of this market. Everything here is lining up for a really solid bull move still. The correct trade would be to take a long though. Nasdaq is still bouncing here. This is stabilizing out pretty all right. A lot of the stocks sort of lined up with supports down in here. A plus, B. B long setup, still pretty good. I could take a gamble on my fund X accounts to the long side just to set a contract and hold it. Volume's starting to pick up now with some upside movement. Not hating it. I am slightly superstitious, Matt. Yeah, like we really need like an AI graphic of Matt having a freaking seance with a crystal ball and like traders from the past are whispering in my ear. What's his name? Jesse Livermore or whatever. With this like barbershop hat. Use the force, Matt. What strategy? We're using a gamma exposure strategy. It's very, very strong at what it does. All signals are pointing up, and for whatever reason, I'm just not jumping in. Not shorting, I'm just not jumping in. Trump is talking, low volume, VVIX creeping. The market can start to build volatility, although I'm not betting on it. I'd like to see if the volatility drops me to a key level. Now, the way that the chart is looking today, it doesn't look like it wants to pull down. So normally for the last 3 months, I've jumped in at the long almost every day. And today's the first day where I jumped in at the long and I go no. And I jumped in a second time, then I go no. I pulled the plug 2 times in a row. As I'm watching things creep a little higher and Trump is talking, I don't really want to make any big moves today. It's kind of like when you feel like you're on a really kick-ass winning streak and all of a sudden it's like, I woke up this morning feeling like a hothead. I was like, man, dude, I am crushing it in life. I've made so much money this year trading. I've made so much money in life. My business is doing well. I was like, I'm going to go in there and be an ace and kill it. And I'm like, oh, man, all right, your emotions, like, calm down. Today is the day, young Padawan. Be patient. Be patient today. Today, I have a weird feeling about today. Jesse Livermore is a legend. I know, right? Yeah, that's one of the few stock books I've read. The stock market books. This book was pretty good. It's still, to this day, it stands the test of time. Use the fan. Use the fan, Matt. Upper target today on the long side would be that it's unbounded. So the bull side today can continue to push all the way through. We've got nothing. 600 on Nasdaq, which is good. And S&P is pulling down, which was my original trade. We are sitting close to open with positive res. This I can try maybe taking a long S&P trade. But that'd just be entertaining you guys. Let's chill on it. I was watching S&P. Both times I tried to long at the open, I pulled the plug and not do it. So we'll see what's going on here. What are my gut feelings? My gut feelings are the market it's a low volume. There's no momentum. We're not going to get a big rally day. Although all signs are bullish, today might be one of the small probabilities that it doesn't go. And I have no reason to tell me other than the market's flat. And the market conditions are bullish, but they're not very, very, very strong. And Trump is talking in low volume and VVIX is creeping up, which means the market is like an inch away from being sensitive to any news that comes out. VIX is not creeping higher, but VVIX is creeping higher, which means it's kind of like a hidden explosion. Now, if I just did the right thing by sitting the fuck out of this, I'm going to tell you guys, I can't explain it. It's just, I don't think I even consciously think about it. It's because my brain is seeing all the patterns and all the things I normally deal with. And it's just telling me this. No. So I think I did a good, I think Matt's little spidey sense was on point so far. It doesn't mean I'm bearish at all, but as you see, I'm avoiding this choppy mess. With S&P up and down 10 points. Not really that bad yet, but VVIX is climbing. Yeah, that's really like Gabriel, as Gabriel noted, because you guys have gone to the VIX class in boot camp. That's really my caution today is while VIX is not moving, VVIX is moving, which means the VIX can start moving. The volatility side, it's not going to take a lot to push VIX here. And once VIX pushes there, then any amount of selling can start picking up some wind in the market and start chopping really nasty. This is mostly my caution, right? And it started yesterday, right? With this, that was really alarming. That was some genuine selling pressure, and the VIX hadn't responded yet. It started picking up a little bit of steam, but the VIX just basically became unbounded. And I've been watching this creep higher all morning. It doesn't mean bearish, though. VVIX doesn't mean bearish. It just means I might get some lower lows to play with today. It'd be nice to touch lower DD band today. That'd be hella good. I'd love to see that. So whatever the case may be, I could just play in a contract and just rough through it and see. But you see there's the volatility and VVIX is starting to pick up. The market is chopping a lot more. At least I anticipated that. Resilience is still good enough to hold half gap, which is pretty good. Again, nothing crazy. But what I fucking say, guys, Look at this. I mean, is this why you come here? At least let me finish my sentence about it before. Can I at least finish my sentence, market, before you demonstrate? It's like I'm from the future. I'm kidding. This is VVix. This is normal. It happens. Anything can trigger it. Doesn't mean it's selling off, but you can see how sensitive the market is at this point. VVix is such a good tool. And Trump's probably saying something. Who knows what's going on, right? But let's just double check. See, anything. Why is it not saving my list here? It keeps resetting my settings. Again, that's nothing bearish about that, but the market's pretty crazy, right? This is why you guys, somebody said this is why I come here. Look, I have a gut feeling all morning that things are gonna start being weirder. Today's not gonna be a straightforward day. Let's see what happened there, by the way, while we're waiting. Where'd that come from? Is that a single bite? Yeah, somebody just dumping their stuff, right? It doesn't, like somebody just dumped, right? Whatever's going on here, no idea. Algorithmic movement. Trump stops talking to reporters. Literally in the middle of my sentence, you see the choppiness. It's not bearish. This is just somebody dumping in low volume, right? Right here. But that was pretty nasty. At least, universe, like, let me finish my sentence before, you know, crazy clippable moment. Yeah, well, it doesn't mean it's selling off, but as you see, I knew it's going to be a day like this. I can feel it. I can actually see it. The indicators are pretty straightforward. I'm actually just trying to make it funnier than it is. And again, it's not bearish about this candle. That could have been an opportunity. Do you like that? Matt the Goat. That would be a great clip. Matt predicting the future song in 10 minutes. Are you not entertained? Yeah, have you guys written a song about it yet? We've realized on the stream, there's like this new trend of real-time songwriting with AI. People are narrating my real life moments in AI. It's like, there's a new song that came out. What's it called? iDoc just walked in 10 minutes ago. Brought Matt some hot tea and some avocado toast. Hey Matt, I'm writing the song right now. We brought up the meme from the Chappelle show because the songs are being written like so currently. Somebody was saying, you remember the episode of Chappelle's show where he was like, the new Tupac album that came out in like 2005. I wrote the song a long time ago, a real long time ago, you know. He's like, George Bush is president. That 9/11 was whack. I wrote this song in 94 before I died. How long did it take me to be profitable? I would say close to about 5 years, where I was consistently not losing money. More like the idea is trading comes in two stages. How long until you're consistently not losing money? And then profitable is a growth phase from there. I could say it took about 5 years to consistently not be losing money. To be consistently keeping what I started with. Took me a while. Slightly clairvoyant, Matt. LOL, Ryan. Like I said, the market is, it's not bearish though. This kind of could have been a good entry if I wanted to take it. But no clue if there's anything in the headlines. No, I am feeling the market stabilizing. This is proving that it's not going to sell off. Missed opportunity, that's okay. But right, I just had a feeling that there's going to be some kind of choppiness. And for whatever it's worth, if you guys are still long this market, or y'all short this market, whatever y'all are doing, just be careful today. I think this just proved that we stabilized. Yep, the stocks are starting to line up again. Things are doing okay. But again, I just don't like it. I really would like to get a momentum kind of day. I don't want to get a... The thing I don't want to do is hold through 3 or 4 hours of chop and then just have some kind of comment just shake me out. I know that that's unsexy to watch on a stream, but if I wasn't streaming, this would be a day I can... Honestly, if I wasn't streaming, this would be a day I would just probably just take off and just kind of walk away and let it figure out what's going on. Big FU candle is on its way. Yeah, anything can trigger it. Now, Trump is stopped talking to reporters today, and there's nothing else in the calendar today. Somebody did want to dump here for whatever reason. That was the last minute of the meeting. Maybe Trump's final remarks caused some algorithmic crazies. S&P has gone nowhere. And I'm going to eat my breakfast. All right, chat. Everybody, very quick, I'm going to take a poll. Let me see your positions. Show me your P&L. No, show me your positions. What are you guys doing right now? No trades yet, Nick. I went to long twice and I scared myself out of it. I'm down 400 bucks. Flat, flat, long, out, nada, flat. Couple shorts, couple longs, mostly flat. Man, I love it. You guys are crushing it. Flat. I feel like flat's the right answer today. I'm sorry I'm like smacking on the mic. ASMR, Matt eating his breakfast burrito. Right? Doesn't it just feel like today's the day that whatever you do, you're going to wish you didn't do anything? That's what I feel like. I don't know why, other than low volume, low momentum, market's flat, VVIX creeping, Trump talking. Wow, that actually looks like me, Arch. That's hilarious, dude. Hold on. All right, we already got real-time AI. The stream has become like this huge thing, real-time AI with Matt. It's like narrating the real time. Here's Matt going over the stock charts. We're having our religious like whatever your religion is, we're speaking beyond the grave with a shaman, or I don't know what is that's a Sikh, it's a priest. It's called a there's a name for it. A scholar. There's a name for it. A pundit, yeah. No, I was saying right, pundit. Pundit, yeah, a pundit or whatever. It's a scholar. Yeah. So, is it like a Hindu scholar? I learned this when I got certified to teach yoga. Actually, I don't know if you guys knew, I was a long time ago. I got certified to be a yoga teacher. I'm a practicing yogi. That's one of my claims in life. Not only am I heavy metal, headbanging, guitar playing, screaming singer of a heavy metal band when I was a kid, I also am very into yoga and things. So I learned a lot about Hindu traditions. Like a prophet, yeah. Like a scholar or a prophet, yeah. A lot of people don't know that about me. I got IDOC into it. She goes all the time. I didn't want to teach. I want to get certified just as part of like enhancing my understanding of the practice of it. It's very good for like your mental games, very good for your health, very good for your blood pressure, very good for like your bones when you get older and shit. You can't run, you want some cardio. It's pretty good for like for that. We do CrossFit style workouts 2-3 times a week, and we'll pop a yoga class once or twice a week in the middle of it. Boom, 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 boom. Like a priest, teacher. I don't think they call it like a priest. It's like a, you're a yogi too, got your teacher's training cert, bro. Nice. Did you do 200 hours, or did you go even further for like the 500? I only did 200 for mine, but and this is like 12 years ago. No trades right now, man. Today's chill day. No trades. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. It's just so funny that you have that looks exactly like me. Except this looks like me if I was like 60 years old. Like, look at they actually, it's almost uncanny. Like this is actually old. It really looks like me right now, actually. Look at this. So you have like the glasses. This is gray beard Matt. The hair, everything's, this is really, I look kind of worried, and I probably need to touch on my Botox here, but this is me when I'm 60. Slightly older, Matt. Yeah. I could see me checking the stock market charts. I like how I'm just like both of us look extremely worried. Like, actually, I look worried, and he's like, "You must trust your instincts, Matt." And I'm like, "I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I just, there's something going on. It's boy, it's not good today." Like, even has a worried look, like my brows on frill and everything. He's like, "Trust your instinct, Matt." Well, the chart looks like it's going down. Ah, Matt, your chart is, you're holding the chart upside down, you moron. Flip it around as you bend yourself around the candles. Turn the chart the other way, you dumbass. Oh, that's why I was worried. I'm holding it upside down. Yeah. Nice and clean. Bullish market's still doing okay. Still doing all right here. Same shirt, everything. What I miss here? Nothing. Nothing. Bullish-ish. Still looking okay. Yeah, yoga mat now. We kind of do, right? Namaste. A pundit is a Brahmin that studied and became learned. Ah, there we go. You're born into a Brahmin family. And, oh, cool. You fed it 6 different angles of my face. Oh, that's hilarious, dude. This is like a really high-tech, like a high-tech representation. It got most of it right. This is me when I have grandkids. At least I still have my hair. That's good to know. Bum, 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 bum. Yogi and the Yogurts. Is that my heavy metal band name? Slightly. Somebody said slightly Rick Moranis, Matt. I 100% see that. This is actually like fully Rick Moranis, Matt. You gotta know who Rick Moranis is. Slightly Rick Moranis, Matt. Wait, hold on. Where'd the picture go? I lost it. Oh, well. I can see the resemblance. Okay, who brought the dog? Arrgh. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was Barney in the Flintstones. Gee, Fred. No, they're not. They're making it Spaceballs too. No way. Are you serious? No way. No way. 2027? Return of Bill Pullman and Rick Moranis? Whoa, okay. Rick Moranis was not making movies for like 20 years. I think his wasn't it like his wife got sick or something? And he had to like take care of his family, right? Oh, that's right. That is right. After his wife passed away from cancer, he just basically focused on being a dad. Oh. Whale. Spaceballs is such a good movie, yeah. So basically today, guys, if you're just tuning in, I know it's not really like the sexiest thing in the world. We're kind of watching the market just kind of goof off here. There is no momentum. I don't see it. And I've just been kind of avoiding today. For whatever reason, I have this just weird feeling about today. And the market's not providing any opportunities that I think are good. There's an A+ setup right here. But even though whatever it is, I keep convincing myself not to take it. I don't like that VVIX creeping the way that it is. And being a light in Friday with news, no news, and earnings next week, I'm just waiting. Matt shrink the market candles. That's right. Honey, I shrunk my portfolio. Honey, I blew up the kid. Well, did you guys watch when they remade History of the World for they made it into a kind of a show version on, I forget if it was Apple TV or something. I thought it was kind of cool. Honey, pack your bags. We lost the house. What's the next EST trade? Down here, down in the bottom. Nasdaq has a liquidity pocket, which isn't like too terribly bad. Down in here, there's a lot of good opportunities. I can take this little like creep up move from there, but there's also opportunities from here. Here, there's plenty of places to take scalps off of. I don't think we're gonna sell off, but I'm gonna wait and see. A+ short, not even A+ short. It's just like, it's probably still gonna go higher. You gotta flash check the old RS levels, dude, with like the walls on the side. Ah, the old classic app. Do you think the market makers was the most innovative thing around that time? The blue resilience. I think the walls are the most innovative thing. However, we didn't really understand, without years of backtesting and understanding what it is we made with that. I mean, the most common like praise of any of our tools is just how strong DD ratio is and how strong the DD bands are and the walls, like the zone bottoms or zone boundaries. It took years of using them to realize how good they were, because we didn't realize that the market structure was just so solid there until you have years of trading it and you got 90% of it holds. And at the time, you know, we thought this would be a cool, you know, added bonus to my trading day. And didn't realize it was going to be so strong. And at the time, we thought hedge pressure was the coolest thing. And it is still cool. Monthly hedge is one of the cooler things. It's not always in play though. Monthly hedge is usually farther away during the month until the end of the month. But the walls being so actionable, bull zone bottoms, bear zone tops, was like the hidden sleeper hit. It ended up being the strongest thing. And when you had the confluence with the actual stocks ratio, we put them side by side. My win rate went up another 10%. You know, it was just that good. Strong, like really strong. DD ratio greater than half. We're not going to be losing these key levels that easily. This is going to support. That's going to support all of that's good support. Now the idea is what I think is going to happen. I don't think we end up down here. We'll take some kind of news or some kind of event. But I think that no matter how long I wait, even if it's 2 or 3 hours, the market's going to do this at some point. And I'll probably get that opportunity to finish up. I don't want to chime in right here. It's probably got maybe 10 more points over the next hour or two. I literally want to wait for something to pull it lower. It could take all day to happen. But you guys know in times like this, I trust that the high VVIX, I'll get what I want. Even though the VIX is not there, if the VIX starts creeping higher, I'll probably get what I want. This might just do this over time and just kind of do that and maybe pop. I mean, it could do this all day. And I might miss out another 60 points, but I'm cool with that. But if anything happens throughout the day and markets do fall to there, I want to take it one more time on that red candle. So I usually will wait on days like this that are short squeeze up and top chop. I'm going to let it do what it wants to do and wait for opportunities or just miss out on the slow creep higher. I don't want to jump in at the end on a slow moving ship. Just imagine, since the market is open, in the last hour, we've just moved here and we've stayed there. Giveaway while we wait. We can do giveaway while we wait in a little bit. I like that idea. Giveaway early today. Trading with you got Rick Moranis. This is the cult of Moranis. I like it. Leonardo made one. Look at this. This is Matt and Rick Moranis being yogis. There we go. That's amazing. That literally is him right now. And that's like me as his student. We're studying the ways of the Force. That's epic. Myers piling up, yeah. So it's probably still going to creep higher. For whatever reason, I just know that at some point in the day, I'll probably get a dip to buy. Giveaway time. Hold on, I haven't set the giveaway bot yet. Hold up. Slightly more Rick Moranis map. Where is my little spinny wheel? You're prepped and ready for it. Oh no, I closed it. No. No. Let me open it back up. Okay. Matt, don't do anything today. Whip it out. Do I mind pulling up the ES chart? Would you like me to whip it out? Let's go. Rocket scooter. Whip it out. ES chart is here, bud. I got you. Harry, so I hear you got this like still strong. Right at the open, resilience is strong, open is strong, things are decent. Liquidity pocket is here on SPY. There is A+ support down in here. Like I said, this is all B setup, which is still bullish enough, but this is A setup down here and A+ setup. Sorry, A+ all down here. Here, and here are fantastic pivots today. If the market were to die for whatever reason and hit these levels, boy, I'd make a killing on the way back up. So days like this, I know it's like the least sexy thing. Like, what are we doing here? What am I going to do here? But on days like this, I do wait. And then half the time, I might get a good opportunity later, right? We'll run this little giveaway in a little bit here. I'll leave this off the chart for a moment. Oh, nice little pop there. Just pop and drop. My browser just crashed again. No. St. M's, thank you. European officials and diplomats, European framework. Trade deal with the US could happen this weekend. Oh, that's kind of good. Which is nice, you know, kind of sniffed out that there could be some kind of movement today off of news. Market's got nothing else pushing it, and the news could go either way. Upside is good. Upside's looking solid. How's Nasdaq looking? Wait, how's S&P looking? S&P solid there, looking nice. Patience is everything. We already have a Oracle of the Market song. Okay, I'm gonna blind play this whenever we launch the giveaway. So it'll be like the giveaway song. I don't even know what it sounds like. We'll play it just for fun. I could do the craziest thing and just press the short button. Never. This is not a good place to short from, but see, this is when you have the debates with yourself up here. You're like, man, I should just like, I could gamble on this. I can pick something. I just don't feel the momentum today for whatever it is. So we said we could have a trade deal this weekend. Nasdaq goes up like 20 points and there's kind of chills here. Market's got no reason to move today. I wouldn't be putting too many heavy bets on anything, to be honest. So what you guys should do in your own trading is understand that you have options. And I will tell you, I can't give you trading advice, but plan for it. Plan for the idea that there's not a lot of momentum. So an example is if I wanted to long or short, whatever it is, I can have one long just sitting there, one contract. And then if it falls, I can long in a couple more accounts. If it falls again, I can long in a couple more accounts. I can bet that the market doesn't go anywhere by trading the extremes. Having one sacrificial account just riding the wave just in case, and then the other 14 on the sidelines. Drop into one, drop into another, can continue to long back to the middle. In days like this, I tell myself it wants to kind of stay around the middle area. So that we'll probably play around it a lot. Again, that's just my thought. All right, guys, we have 1,000 viewers here. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let's go. Let's have 100 more likes there. The more you like the stream, the more you can live the dream. That's what they said. That's a Rick Moranis quote. 100%. Not lying. I would never lie to you. I'm excited about Spaceballs Part 2. That's incredible. Man, you guys. Dang, you guys. I'm like looking at like all the future streamers. Here's how big we are in the morning. Let's say like there's Pat's bigger than us. Tanya's bigger than us. Our stream is bigger than Matt now. What? All these other people, I don't know them, don't know them, don't know them. Don't know them. Are even bigger than Tradeify's show? And my funded show? Dang. Dang, you guys. That's crazy. Y'all crazy. Bum, 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 bum. All right, y'all have to decide. I asked you guys this yesterday. I was curious what you guys thought about. Should I go on Top Step TV? I was invited to go on there. Debate with these guys. I might actually do it. But only if I get MP. I want to get MP on there and have a more detailed chat about props than just chatting with the show hosts. You know what I'm saying? Can I talk about Rockseer? No. I mean, it wouldn't be an opportunity for me to go on there and pitch a service or nothing. No, I wouldn't be doing that. I basically would be debating like design, ethics of the prop space, design of firm practices and accounts types, and where the industry's going, where it's going to be. I would have the biggest talk about the future of prop. Like, that's what I'd want to do if I was to go on there. I think at the time these guys were like, oh, he works for my fund in futures, let's pull him on here so we can rip him a new one about how 80-20 sucks. And then when Matt posted a thing that showed that the payouts just got a whole lot bigger, they all shut up. So I think they may not want me on there now, because they'll probably like, oh shit, he's gonna come on here and talk about how their stuff is better than Top 7 now. Who knows? Don't downgrade yourself, lol. They don't do affiliate anymore. Yeah. They told me to come on and debate them, so oh, that'd be cool. Debates are always fun, but just, you know, like these days it's getting much crazier for us in the space. We're getting all kind of like opportunities that are fun, and I like doing fun stuff. You guys know me. Fun is always good. All right, what do y'all think today, y'all? Don't look like there's any selling pressure today. I don't think we're gonna get it. So with this being said, I let myself know that the market's likely going to stay around a common medium. So imagine you're wanting to short and you have 20 accounts. Don't be like short all 20, right? Short one, short some more, short some more. Assume it'll stay in the middle. You're a bull, long one, long some more, long some more. Assume it'll stay in the middle. Days like this with no momentum that are choppy, I don't necessarily bet on the downside, but I anticipate it. So I save most of my risk to be able to get in at a more opportune like spot. Say only if I could pitch Rocket Scooter, lol. Oh, that'll really bankrupt Top Step at that time. I'll teach all these people how to beat the prop firms. Bye bye Top Step. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Should be up from here, leaving a runner. I'm like in the same boat of should I just left a runner on the table. All right, guys, we'll be doing a giveaway in just a little bit here. What do we have over here? Oh, we have 5, not 4. Is it 5? I kept thinking it was 4. Hold on. I keep saying 4. Is there a bonus? Hold on. Oh, it's 4. It is 4. It is 4. Four giveaway accounts in just a little bit. All right, guys. So, Elite Trader Funding, right? They have a directed funded program now. It's been out for a little bit. It's really good. They're one of the more competitive directed funded programs out there. One of the first people to get one. You know, Tradeify, as we know, is the one that you guys are all familiar with. And a couple of months ago, they came out directed funded. At ETF, it's really good. Directed funded is cool because what you do is you skip straight to funded without having to do an eval. So all your progress in the account from day one goes towards your payout. I personally trade a directed funded program. I traded with ETF for a while until I went to live, so I'm no longer in their eval and prop ecosystem. So I'm on the live side of this, but you get to live through going through this kind of process. But directed funded is what I'm trading off to the right with Tradeify, as I haven't gone live with those guys yet either. You give me my personal choice. Directed funded is pretty much what I like to do. I don't like having to have to waste my time in an eval. I like to go straight to building into my funded account. They have two different kinds, a 25K and a 50K. And basically what you're doing is after you trade a certain amount of days, you get a payout. And that's basically it. It's very simple and straightforward. There, a lot of directed funded characteristic of those kind of programs is there's a payout cap. So you think of it as like you're immediately funded. You can make something out of it. Now, every 15 days, you can get a $5,000 payout per account, which is kind of nice. So it's $10,000 a month as long as you're continuing to make that much. Directed fundeds aren't designed for you to go out there and make $1 million payouts and things like that. They're designed to get a really healthy return on your investment. Like by like comparison, you guys, you've been watching me trade the Tradeifys for like 4 months, right? And it used to be every 10 days I can take 3,000 out. Now it's every 7. I can take out 3,000. So payout schedules are pretty common in directed funded, but that's also kind of the benefit of that is that, you know, you're aiming moderate risk. You're not going to blow up a lot if you're trading them with moderate risk. So I really like the program. I really support directed fundeds more than anything. They are my kind of like my favorites to trade for consistent payouts. You guys know, like I do the funded next for my home run payouts. For consistent, like every month I'm pulling out, you know, 9K or something from the balances here. It's solid, it's stable, and a lot of you guys are looking for like a stable type of account to trade. Directed fundeds are great. Usually end of the day drawdown is what you get, so there's no like trailing drawdown. It's not like I'm gonna squeeze you out pretty crazily. There's a safety net. Once you get past it, you can get your payouts, and you just need to do 10 active trading days to get paid on the 25K and 15 on the 50K. The 50K, what's the benefit is you get bigger payouts, 5,000 every 15 days, so twice a month is good. You guys are familiar with My Funded Futures. They also do, you know, calendar day payout cycles as well. Very comparable to that. So it's you know, basically a par with a lot of the other bigs that you guys are used to. Definitely worth doing. They have a consistency rule, which is kind of the one part of that you gotta have to read up on how it works. Essentially, if you pass a certain, if your trade is a certain amount, your smallest trade has to be a fraction of that amount. So as your trades get bigger, the rest of your trades have to get bigger to count towards an active trading day. It's a unique way to do a consistency rule, but it actually is cool because your target, your final balance target doesn't get bigger like other firms. They found a way that just says your minimum trade needs to get bigger. And the 25K account, it's very easy, 38%. So each day your profit has to be at least 38% of your best trading day. So if you had a home run, like you make, maybe you're making 1,000 a day, 1,000 a day, 1,000 a day, and you accidentally make 10,000, then you need to make 3,800 every day for it to count. It keeps you from getting really big blowouts, lucky on news or whatever. But you can use Tradeivate to set profit limits so that you never have to deal with these rules. And that's kind of the trick to beating it. I always tell you guys the trick to beating this stuff. The trick is don't have big blowout days. Limit your profit to a certain amount that you never trigger that. You should be fine. And then stay consistent and walk to the finish line. It's good. Very cool. I do like the program a lot. Straight to fundeds are always, you know, more straightforward. Not a lot of extra side rules that you have to really worry about. It's kind of nice. Ed says for Tradeify, after your first withdrawal, do you still have the drawdown? No. So after you take a withdrawal with the directed funded, usually everything resets. You start all over. It's like a brand new account again. Yeah. So for a trading date account, hold on here. earn at least $600 of profit on the 50K, 300 on the 25K. And that's not impossible to do. Every single one of my days is at least $600 profit per account. If you're trading 1 E-mini, you'll get $600 P&L every single day. Yeah. Not hard to hit that, yeah. So it's very moderate. 300 and 600 is not hard to do at a moderate pace. Somebody says that the platform is doing machine learning on their best sim accounts and dealing their own book. I don't think so. I don't think the prop firms are doing any sort of trading and the sim, each time like on the sim book, like affecting the sim market. I don't think they're doing anything here at all. I think this is just a pass through of Trade-of-8's sim environment that they've created. I don't think there's any real market making or order flow or anything. It's just, but again, I don't know how they set it up. Wait, you feel as if ETF does not allow you to set Trade-of-8 rules and never saved for you? Oh, I'm going to ask them. Maybe Kaizen chat can help you with that. What do I think about the fast track on ETF? The fast track is pretty good. But again, you have to think about what kind of account it is. All right. And I like to compare it to something that you guys would understand more about, like what they are. Everybody's familiar with the Apex style account, right? Trailing drawdown. Right. You get past the buffer, it goes away. That's their one step. So the Apex equivalent ETF is called the one step. It's a trailing drawdown. And a fast track is that kind of account, but it's cheaper and you have a time limit. You have to get there within a certain amount of time. You're racing a clock. So the idea is if you don't meet the deadline, you lose the account. You have to get in there quicker, and it's trailing drawdown. So the problem with fast tracks, again, I love certain products at certain firms. I don't think it's a strong product because trailing drawdown requires you to be patient to beat it. I think it's more of a gimmick, just to be honest with you guys. Trailing drawdown, remember, the way you beat trailing drawdowns is small base hits, and you wait for the A setups, and then you get them, and then wait, and get them, and wait. You can't afford to wait in a fast track because you got the clock ticking against you. So the idea, what I think, is it's kind of like the hardest account they have by design. Now, on the other side of the coin, the ETF static is the easiest account they have, and it's super cheap and the best static in the industry. So the fast track and one steps are not where their strong product is. The DTF and the static is why ETF is great. I always believe that that's their best product. So fast track and one step is good, but remember, one step is only fast track, you're only gonna be doing well in if you're kind of gambling and getting lucky, and you're having days that trend, and you're able to get in on that trend on the right side. But I was never a big fan of but it is cool because it gives you the option, like, hey, we'll make it cheaper if you want to beat a deadline. And so it's your choice to make. You can either do the one step if you want the normal trailing drawdown experience, which is by the way, the one step is a really good account. I just personally don't like trailing drawdowns. It's just my flavor, but it's not like it's a bad account. Trailing drawdowns require you to do a lot of scalping, a lot of base hits, and be patient for it. And fast track is if you can get lucky. So the time you beat a fast track is in a nice, strong, trending bull market where you can get the trades day after day. Choppy markets, volatile markets, don't touch it, right? It's not like it's a bad account. It's just personal preference. If you like that style of shoot from the hip trading, you like to trade big, like to trade fast and trade every day and trade often, it's really good for you. If you do a lot of scalping, micro scalping, base hit sort of trading, it's really good. For someone like me who's patient, has to wait, I don't think I could ever pass a fast track if I tried. So draw's about to happen now. Choppy markets, you're just burning up a day and then you're going to run out of time. So they're good for certain time periods, right? You know, you want a nice trending bull market or a nice volatile sell-off market where you get a lot of opportunities to trade. Slow moving bull market, you may not get a lot. All right, you guys ready for the giveaway? We have a brand new song in chat. I've never heard it before. Again, I'm risking it all to play it.
Matt sees the charts like a crystal ball. Numbers dancing, they rise, they fall. Whispers the futures in the lines they draw. He speaks in the market, obeys his call. He
All right.
don't guess, he knows the play. Reads the chart like Judgment Day. Strike before the candle
For
falls.
ETF directive funded accounts. But if you're looking at ETF, try the static, dude. The static is the easiest type of account to pass. There's a fewest amount of rules on a static. And there's 65% off now. If you're looking at ETF and you're like, let me do the fast track, do the static. You'll like it a whole lot better. I don't even know you, and I'll tell you, you'll like it a whole lot better. And there's a huge deal on it. It's better to not have that drawdown moving with you. Yeah, it's Beastie Boys, right? Mr. Gamer, winner number 1. I hate trailing drawdown because it's so hard to pass. And when you put a stopwatch, a timer on that, it makes it even harder to pass. It's hard on top of hard. It's their easiest account. I mean, their hardest account to pass, and it's the cheapest for that reason. And again, for me, I'd rather pay a little bit more for an easier opportunity, right? That's just me. Mr. Gamer, winner number 1.
He bends the chaos into light. Mystical whispers in the trading night. Man sees the future. It feels so right.
Brown, 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 brown. Mr. Gamer, winner number 1. Congrats. Those of you that win, you know the drill. Type something in chat. Take a screenshot of your YouTube ID. Go to my Discord. Link is in the description below. Go to our contest channel, message Slacks, our admin. Let them know your email address you have with ETFs. Sign up with those guys. Make sure you have an account there. Use our link. We'll give you a lick to clink. Click the link. Link to click. We'll give you a clink the lick, link the click. Click it. Lick the clink, guys. Grandpa, winner number 2. Don't forget to lick the clink, guys. And then after that, Grandpa. Type something in chat. It's a cool song. I like it. Grandpa, winner number 2. And you guys check it out. I promise, directive funded program is really cool. You'll like it. Everybody's happy Grandpa won. I know, I'm kind of happy that Grandpa won. How wholesome that is. I don't know how to read that, but you are the winner. Congratulations. If you make it read Arabic, tell me what that said. Whoever it is, congratulations. Am I a Gemini? Cool sense of humor. I'm a Libra. It says, so anybody knows Arabic? What is that? It means police files. Oh, hilarious. Congratulations, police files. I would go see this band, whoever this is. Neto, winner number 4. Congrats, you guys. Let me copy and paste that. Grandpa, Mr. Gamer. All right, you guys. That's a cool song. I like that. That's pretty cool. Congrats on Neto, Grandpa, Mr. Gamer, and Police Files. Good job, guys. Congrats, congrats, congrats. What was the bathroom break song? I'll have to play when I go on a bathroom break. Congrats, you guys. So don't forget to go to the Discord. You got to take a screenshot of your YouTube ID. You know that it's you, and then send Slacks a message. Sign up with ETF. Click the link, or lick the clink, as I said earlier. And then every time I hear the word the clink, I think of Prison Mike from The Office. Go, well, we win the clink. Got wrecked in the shop. Choppy day. Nothing happening here. Nothing happening. How do you get wrecked in this shop, though? What's that? Market's barely moved anywhere. You're not trading, like, heavy, are you? It's just kind of, like, moving around a little bit. The bathroom song. Where do I find these songs? There's a song submission channel in the Discord. By the way, we have a couple contests coming up that you guys know about. On the last day of the month, on the 31st of July, we do a big giveaway for Rock Scooter Lifetime. If you use our code, Police File said it's real. It means Police Files. Oh, that's awesome, dude. It's kind of like, that's kind of a cool name. So on the 31st, last day of the month, anybody that uses our code to buy $1,000 worth of prop accounts with our partners, we do a giveaway for Lifetime Rocket Scooter. It's Lifetime platform, Lifetime coaching, boot camp, tools, everything. So if you guys are using our code out there, we get the best deals with all the firms, you know, pretty much across the board. And, you know, the more you use the code, we get more giveaway accounts to do. You know, our partners are really thankful for your business, and they give away accounts on the stream all the time. And then, of course, if you have a month where you bought a lot of accounts, $1,000 is pretty normal for a lot of people, especially if you're doing straight to fundeds and others. They can be, you know, 3 accounts will cost you $1,000 sometimes. And, or you're just down on your luck. The whole idea was if you were down on your luck and you blew up a couple times and you had to re-up a couple times, like, man, I spent like 1,000 this month. Well, the saving grace is you can enter a contest with us and then draw for free Rocket Scooter. So you get free education. You may be doing bad and you want to learn the business, and instead of spending $1,000 every month, hopefully that we can teach you something for free. It's just a give back that we do. So if you're using our code, at the end of the month, we'll do that drawing, which is nice. Just pass an eval today. Please files. It's your day, dude. Today is your big day, man. Awesome, man. Are you free? Could I do a sample converting QQ to NQ numbers again? Yeah. Julian, I got you, man. All right, so here, look. Let's gonna convert QQQ. Let's convert QQQ bulls and bottom 565 to Nasdaq futures. Very simple. It's a fraction of, we'll call it target Q, and we're trying to solve for target NQ, right? And it's basically the same ratio of price of each. So already we have target Q, which is 565 over X equals some ratio of the price. 565.1 or 566 at this moment in time. And this is 23,405. That's it. And so at this moment in time, it will convert a level for you. But remember, this fraction is never consistent. These things tick up and down at different rates. So that fraction will change slightly. So your target that you convert, X, will slightly dance around just a little bit. And William, to answer your question, in our why I brought up the contest earlier, we have another contest that if you write songs for Rocket Scooter, you can enter a lifetime giveaway. We're going to do this big old songwriting contest. So we've done it already once before. We bring everybody's songs on, we play them all, the community votes. It's a huge fun event that we do. And you can participate in that for free lifetime as well. So this particular example, solving for x will give you the answer. So I'm not gonna pull my calculator, but you can do this yourself, right? You just 565 divided by all of that equals the target that you want at that moment in time. I better preview the bathroom song.
I take a piss and take a trade. Don't wash my hands, gross. Let's take a piss and take some trades. Don't wash your hands, yeah, that's gross.
Where's it go?
Man takes a trade, then takes a shit. Doesn't wash his hands, yeah.
Channel my inner Travolta there.
Come on, mark it. Don't take a shit too. Don't wash your hands if you do. Soap wants you to wash your hands. Don't give in. Yeah. Take a trade, then take
Hey,
a
Sandy.
Don't wash your hands.
Hey, baby.
if you do.
My Travolta's not as good as it could be. It's a song that says I don't wash my hands when I take a piss. So yeah, this is the songwriting contest that we'll be doing here. So the submissions have gotten pretty crazy. All right, I'll be right back.
Big soap wants you to wash your hands. Don't give in. Yeah. Take a trade, then take a piss. Don't wash your hands if you do.
It's like Matt takes a piss, takes a do. Somebody asked, am I a college dropout? Nope. I finished. There's the degree right up on the wall there. There, my camera is. There we go. That song is awesome because it's true. LOL. Groovy vibes. Did I finish university? Yeah, I did. I graduated cum laude. I was starting my class. Wait, hold on. There we go. I graduated in 2005, like a long time ago. Long time ago. What boot camp was the calculation of open and close? It's just the open and close, Leo. The resilience class covers it, I think, is where most of all the information is from that. Yeah, 2 years when I graduated. Oh yeah. I'm old school, man. I went to Houston, University of Houston. I double majored in chemical engineering and biology. I never finished biology, technically speaking. I guess I could say I did drop out one of the programs. But I finished, I got an engineering degree. I never finished my double major. Once I got my, when I got my engineering degree, I just went out and got a job. I was originally going to be a doctor, so like that was my original path. So double majoring. I did a lot of biology, biochem electives and things like that. So I ended up converting most of it into a chemistry minor and a chemical engineering degree. Did I see the new South Park? I haven't seen it yet. I keep watching all the memes though from it. You're a biotech engineer? Yeah, like it was real. When I was in school, it was like really hot. Like everybody was doing biotech because it was like the newest. My school had just, I was like a sophomore when our school got a biomechanical engineering program, like they called it. So our department changed from the Department of Chemical Engineering to the Department of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering. So I think my degree still says chemical engineering. Yeah. Yeah. But, and so a lot of my friends, when they dropped out of Chemie, went to biotech engineering because they were like, this is more fun. We're like building prosthetics and robots and stuff. So they were always like, here we are doing oil and gas, old school bullshit. And they're like, check out my new robotic prosthesis that I'm designing. That was kind of cool. Seemed like a very cool major. How old am I? 25. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Is it chemical? Oh, same there. Your department is chemical and biotech process engineering. Oh yeah. Guessing 43. Damn, you guys are good. I need to re-up my Botox so I can look 25 again. Y'all know because y'all know me. Do I plan to continue studying? No. I think in my later, not that discipline. No, if I was going to go back to school and study anything, I might just focus on a specific branch of mathematics and just kind of do that and teach math. That's kind of what I've always wanted to be, a teacher in my later years. And provide any studies while I can towards getting advanced degree in mathematics. Just to do that. Just contribute to the field if I can, before I get too old and my brain turns to mush. But I don't know. I don't think I would get an advanced degree in engineering, just because I'm not pursuing the field. And I don't want to work in the industry. So, or I could be an engineering professor, which would be kind of cool. But then I'd have to be doing research in engineering. And I really don't want to do research in anything practical. I'd like to do theoretical research, which is why I was like, always wanted to be in mathematics or something along those lines. Or maybe I can start the world's first stock trading discipline at a university. Right? Maybe I can go teach electives at a community college on day trading. That'd be kind of fun. I love chemical engineering. Like in another life, I'm still doing it. I would like have fun being a professor. I'd be like my other professor that did the how long it'd take the Titanic to sink. I would totally troll my students. I'd reward like smart ones that thought outside the box. I would love to do that. So my professor, he was like a 5 foot tall Chilean bald man that had like this Mickey Fleischer. We called him Tricky Mickey. the one that made us to do the Titanic problem. I always tell you all the story. He was the weed out professor, and everybody had him one time, and the university loved him so much they gave him to the students 4 years in a row. So now he taught all 4 years. So the weed out, imagine like when I got to be a senior, I was the first class that had to take that professor 2 times. Then when I was a senior, every student had to take him 4 times. So it was kind of like, imagine 4 years of the Titanic sinking problem. I dodged a bullet for sure. Mr. Tricky Mickey, yeah. And the funny thing was, like you said, he was like 5'0", and he used to be like the director of some kind of, I think, economics director at Shell. He's a big wig in Shell Oil, and then he also owned a vineyard and distributed wine on the side. And then he had a degree in chemical engineering, and he had a degree in industrial engineering. He had 2 PhDs. I remember this. Not one wasn't enough. And then after that, he decided to go to university and torture students as a gatekeeper to the industry, which was sorely needed. The guy was like stupid genius. So boot camp is only 20 days. What if you like to take what do you do the rest of the quarter semester? We usually take off. I usually have to give my voice a break because talking too much, it usually wears me down, makes me hoarse. So I usually take a couple weeks break in the afternoons. And that's usually when I catch up on other work in the business and stuff. And we also take Fridays off. Yeah. Multiple minuses sound like the same dude. Yeah. Would I be a good teacher? I used to teach at the University of Houston for a little bit as a student teacher. There was a program, and actually Tricky Mickey elected me to teach this. The program was cool. It was an elective program sponsored by this company called the Lewis Stokes Alliance for Minority Participation. It was a scholarship fund from that family that was designed to assist. At the time, what was considered minority participation was considered low in the engineering space. So it was designed to assist minority students into having a better chance at getting competitive wages and jobs in the workforce and stuff. And I was a huge fan of the program because what they did was they would elect student teachers to pay them to teach a side elective with the real class. Anybody could take it, even if you weren't a minority or not. You could get the scholarship if you weren't a minority. But it was called LS AMP. That was the name of the group. And there was a program where they would elect the top student, or the teacher would elect the top student from every class to teach a side elective to go with it. And it counted as actually 1 credit hour towards your GPA, not in engineering, but in your cumulative, your overall. And you would take like the main class, and then you take the supplemental class taught by a teacher that was a student that just went through the class previously. And the idea was the supplemental class is to teach you additional to what the professor would, but mostly to teach you how to beat the professor. And the only way you're allowed to teach it is if the professor A allowed a supplemental class to be taught to begin with, and then B, they had to pick the person that was the teacher. That was the requirements. So I taught 2 classes at U of H. I taught material science and engineering, which was a class about the states of matter, materials, solids, crystal structures, how to make steel, how to make glass, things like that. All the carbon nanotubes, like materials class, superconductors, semiconductors, study all that. And then I taught. And then for the first time ever, Tricky Mickey only taught 1 class called fluid dynamics, which was, you guys engineers, y'all took a fluids class. It was the, so while material science is the physics of solids, fluids is the physics of fluids, which are liquids and gas, and how it moves, how it transfers heat, how the Titanic sinks is a fluids question, how airplanes lift off the ground is a fluids question. So for the first time ever, Tricky Mickey decided to allow the program to teach a fluids class, and he elected me to be his teacher for it. He never, and he said, when he asked me, he goes, man, I want you to teach this class. I never thought anyone was good enough to teach this class, but I want you to teach it. And I was like completely honored because that guy just finished wrecking everybody's face off. Fucking Titanic question. I thought I bombed that final. And he was so impressed with, I guess, me and Alfie because we both aced it. He's like, I think you're worthy to teach my class. So that was the legacy. And then for 3 semesters, I taught fluid dynamics, which is kind of cool. It's like physics class for fluids. All mechanical and civil and chemies got to take some kind of statics type class, or it's forces balancing on stuff. And look at that green candle. Yeah, right. A little bit of green there. Sounds like he also sucked blood at night. Well, we thought he was a vampire. He was like 5 foot tall, bald hair with just a little strip of hair on the side, really pointy nose, really squinty eyes. He looked just like that. Oh, he was intimidating for a very short man. Very intimidating. But probably one of the smartest people I ever ran across. But he loved let's see if I can find a picture of this dude. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Is he still there? All right. Here's the Titanic professor. Look, I'm telling you, he's my favorite professor. And no questions. Everybody's saying Titanic. No question. Look at this. Look at this. All these. Oh wait, it wasn't 2 PhDs. It was a BS. Okay, I got that wrong. It's been 20 something years. PH chemical, master's chemical, BS industrial. Ran out of room for all these degrees this guy got. That's tricky. That's tricky Mickey, man. Woo. So if you want a weed out professor, that was the best one ever had. Every engineering program's got their weed out professor. And he liked to troll people. One of the classes, he threw this weird closed book multiple choice test where it was like bullshit questions. Just to test you paid attention your freshman year. I still remember. You usually had word problems, like 2 or 3 big word problems to solve your final exams would be like that, your semester exams. And then we got this like 20-page multiple choice. It was like, what are the SI units of measure for momentum? And you're like, wait, units? He's like, yeah, you should know that. Nobody knows this. You should pay attention. You learned this in physics 3 years ago. Bullshit questions just because he only wanted smart people to become engineers. That's really what it was. That's I would start people. Oh yeah, dude. Is it, like, look at him. He looks intimidating, doesn't he? My favorite professor, the guy was like genius on top of genius. Yeah. But now you have the like I said, guy's 5 foot tall. Like Danny DeVito. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You think he'll remember me if he sees it? Yeah, we worked together for many years. Like I would meet with him all the time to discuss like how's the progress of your class? You know, like how's it going? I'm like, yeah, he's like, you know, I'm teaching this semester, I'm doing this other thing, and it'd be helpful if you would help me, you know, teach this concept this way. Okay. He was always scared that I was going to teach him his tricks. That was one of the things he was scared about. Like the whole point of the program was to teach the students how to beat the professor. So a lot of times you would study the old professor's old tests, right? So the program had a collection of all the old tests from all the students. Every year you would donate your tests to this program. And we had tests that went back, you know, decades of all the different years. And so we would study the professor's style of giving out a problem so we can actually beat the professor too. He was always worried that his tricks would be unveiled in my class. So he was always trying to kind of guide me on what to do. You don't tell them about the Titanic problem. All right, I won't say anything about it. I don't think he's ever thrown that problem out there again, but every year he tried to throw a trick at the people so that you couldn't like guess what he was going to do next. But yeah, so that was me in university. I really did enjoy teaching, even though it wasn't like lecturing. It was more like solving problems in front of a group, which is kind of what we do here, right? Same thing. I think the dip will come. I don't think a dip will come. I just don't think the market's going to go anywhere. And I think my intuition at the start of the day was pretty spot on with that. We've kind of done nothing. How it's been 20 something years. I'm only 20 something years old. Well, I'm a vampire. Like, clearly that's the answer. He looks like a Ninja Turtle. Should I hire him for Rocket Scooter? Yeah, right. I need some gatekeepers here for trading. Well, I'll tell you, there's few professors I've ever had and teachers I've ever had that were memorable. He made school, like he made my experience in school very memorable. He was a great mentor, very tough, non-negotiable. You couldn't argue for points on a test. His job was to gatekeep. Like literally that's what he did. And I think he took pride in it. Only smart people are going to become engineers. Well, other professors are like, let's just kind of pass everybody. He was like, you don't deserve it. You're not smart enough. I'm going to prove it. And I think he took pride in it. Yeah. Like he like went out of his way. That multiple choice test, he gave us 20 points, 20 questions, multiple choice. I think I got a 35 on that test, but the curve was such that I got an A. That's how bad it was. The questions were designed to make everybody just get a reality check. So, yeah, I think I only got like 7 of the 20 questions right, something like that. They were bullshit questions. Like stuff that's like, did you memorize this 3 years ago in your math class? Like, what's the correct solution to this differential equation? And we're like, what are you talking about? This is a thermodynamics class, because he taught thermo as well, thermo and fluids. You'd have to solve differential equation for your career. No! Hot fluids, yeah. Slightly vampire-y, probably more so. I think steady bullish for the rest of the day. I think steady for the rest of the day until something happens to move it around. Market's moving on just a little short covering, little hedging, you know, it's kind of normal. But I would say I wouldn't be betting on anything at this point in time. Yeah, give me a perfect world. I've got nothing to bet on. Your daughter had a bunch of tests, science tests, and scores were in the 40s. Oh yeah, when 40 was an A. Oh yeah. I made any trades today. I made a couple of longs and then closed out before anything. I just scared myself out of participating today. I don't like the way VIX is lining up. VIX was moving higher. I didn't like that. It is still pretty stable, but I have no desire to do anything. Kind of had the foresight to avoid this. Even though there's nothing bearish, I don't think we're going to sell off. Nasdaq's getting a little bit of movement. That was pretty nice. Ain't no way he laughed like that. No, he was. I just remember hands go up tight and he goes, haha, no question. 100%, dude. I'll tell you, you meet the guy, he's very intimidating. You'll be looking down at him and you'll still be shaking. Bring him on as a guest. If that's how he looks good for 20 something years later. This is what he looked like 20 years ago. He was probably in his 50s back then. He's probably in his 70s right now. I don't think that's an updated picture. That's how I remember him. What's he teaching right now? Oh, he's only teaching 4 classes now. 2 classes. Oh, you know what? The design professor, when I took design, which is your final senior year class where you design a chemical plant, He passed away like 2 years after I graduated, so they gave him the 4th one. So now he's not doing fluids anymore. Oh, he's just doing Thermo 1. That's what I had. And then I had to not have him for design. I wonder who's teaching. Let's see who's still there. Wait a minute. Oh, dude. All right. That's one of my professors. This is probably another one of the smartest guys I had. He was, he taught process control and numerical methods class. That guy was there. Who else? Wait. All right, one more, a couple more. Staff. Professor. How come it? There's got to be more professors than this. I don't know where the rest of them are. I don't even know idea. Oh. Hell, where's the staff? It doesn't have any more. I don't know where the professors are. Faculty. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is the professor that this is the other professor that gave me fluid material science engineering. I worked in research for Dr. Donnelly for a while. So that's who I did research with on carbon nanotube atomic deposition. I worked with this guy. He's still there. That's kind of cool. I had this guy. This was one of my professors. Dang, I guess I'm not that old these days. They're also there. This is who I did my research for the head. He was the head of the department at the time. Harold's still there. So I did my diesel engine. This is my catalytics, catalysis professor. So I was a reaction engineer. So he was my mentor all through school. And I worked in research in his lab for 3 years. So that's the one that's the guy I worked for. Who else is still here? Krishnamurti. Yeah, he was there. He was there. Dang. All my professors are still there. That was my Thermo 2 professor. He's still there. Dang. I guess I'm not that much older. Ricky Mickey, there he is. All right. Well, I'll be, dude. Like, all my professors are still there. Dr. Luce, yeah, he's dude, he was old back then. Crazy. Inconceivable. Does Anarchy work with gold? Yeah, it does. So I did research for 1 year for Dr. Donnelly. We did carbon deposition, or atomic deposition in a vacuum chamber, and we would build carbon nanotubes in a vacuum chamber by depositing carbon molecules one at a time. It's kind of cool. I did that research for a while until I got another research offer to work for Dr. Hale, which is the other guy in the picture. And we were designing the diesel engine catalytic converter. That's the big research project I talked about. So I worked for him in his lab for 3 years. Where I had to walk around in my socks because I had to be quiet. He was the reaction engineering transport teacher. You guys know, if y'all take chemical engineering, y'all remember your transport class. Heat and momentum transport. It's kind of like the harder math classes. Bum, 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 bum. Glad I'm not in this market today. I do have some A+ liquidity pockets I'd like to take, maybe get lower. The atomic deposition process for making carbon nanotubes was kind of neat. It was novel. They have like a seeding agent, and they would have, they would just basically deposit in a plasma chamber carbon atoms, and they would build nanotubes like this. It would just come out as like a big wiry hair of things. So we made carbon nanotubes. It was fun. It wasn't my passion though, but that professor is the one who got me to teach his materials class. So I was teaching the 2 classes. One was for the carbon nanotube guy. I taught his class. He elected me to teach that. And then Mickey Fleischer elected me to teach the fluids class. Probably because I guessed how the Titanic would sink. I think that earn his respect. Because the proof of that story being true is I was the first person to teach the class. He said, I never thought anyone else would teach it, but I think you would be a good teacher of my class. Okay. And to build a meth lab for you, I probably could. I could probably figure out how to do it. What would they use the carbon nanotubes for? That's a good question. I don't know what they would use them for. His process was in the process of manufacturing them at scale. Or to figure out a way to manufacture them at scale using this kind of process. I don't really remember much about what they did with it after we made it. That I don't know. And I don't know what the research was actually on. Let me see if I can't Google that. Let's see. Oh, here it is. I found one of his papers. Well, let's read up on it. That's all my stories are here. Let's see. I found his resume. Well, how about that? All right, let's see if I can find it. Hold on. Look at this. Let's see if I can find. Let's see what he did. Optical diagnosis studies of carbon nanotubes, plasma enhanced chemical vapor deposition. There we go. That's what it was. May of 2005. That's when I was working on it. Well, 3 years before that. Wow. There we go. This was the, yeah. Oh, I remember Sung. That's the guy I worked with. Oh, okay. That's his thesis. Okay. Well, now this makes sense. This was the guy I worked with. Well, now it all makes sense. This was exactly what I worked on. His project. I was his research bitch as an undergrad. There we go. That's it. Although as much as cool as it was for process, it just wasn't what I was like studying. I was more in the reaction stuff. So I got into working with Harold the other way. That's kind of cool. That was, I was like, that sounds so familiar. And I'm like, oh, that's the paper I probably contributed, some test runs that probably made it to his thesis. Yeah. So that was his, that was the grad student I worked with. Well, that takes me down memory lane. I completely, until I saw that name, I was like, oh yeah, that name does sound familiar. My name should be in it. Nah, the undergrad never gets their name in the paper. You're just, you're just getting paid to be in the lab as a lab assistant. I did a lot of work in the other project, the diesel engine catalytic converter project. I did a lot of work. I did more like contributions to that than just being a research assistant. I would run the experiments. I'd make assessments. I would present my findings and kind of be a bigger part of the project than just like lowly lab bitch, but still, it's not my project. I'm really the assistant to the grad student and the postdoc that was working on it. So it's their paper. Traditionally, you don't get credit for that because you're not faculty, or you're not, you're not, technically it's not your work. But they did give me a lot more responsibility than you would normally give somebody, because it was such a big project and it was a whole lot of work. I got to direct a little portion of catalyst recipe selection. They kind of put that onto me to decide which was the best catalyst recipe and to prove it with all the runs I was doing. So it's kind of neat. So my portion of the entire project to design a diesel engine catalytic converter globally was to provide evidence of the correct recipe of barium oxide, platinum wash coat, monolithic catalyst, heterogeneous, of course, And I remember that to this day. I got to choose the ratio that I presented to be the best application for use at scale outside of the lab. That was my contribution to science. And there's a global team working on this. And as the undergrad, I get to present the evidence of what the better choice was. So we were testing like ratios of this to that and size, distribution mechanic, like how far away the particles were distributed on the substrate and all kind of neat things. And we spent 3 years trying to decide like what the ideal formula for the most optimal use case for like the materials. So how long it lasts versus the cost. At first we experimented with different reducing agents, but everyone settled on urea. So if you guys have a diesel truck, you probably go buy jugs of cat piss from the convenience store. See your comment above. Wait, what'd you say, bud? Boring ass market, dude. What'd you say, bud? I don't see it. Hold up. Post it again. You're heading to the beach. See you later, Gabriel. Yeah, you guys enjoy your Friday, man. Waiting for stronger. Yeah, I'm just waiting for stronger news or pivots to retrace. So we have to blame you for the cat piss. Oh, LOL. I didn't even see that. Yeah, for the most part. Well, no, not blame me, but that was general science as urea is one hell of a reducing agent, but it was kind of cool. So actually my project in the lab was, you know, we talked to this company called Engelhard. They would make our catalyst. And what I would get was, it was about the size of, I would say like maybe the size of the coffee cup, a little thinner, and maybe like this tall. I would get these things that were like a little tube. And it was kind of cool. Like, let me draw it on the screen. It was a tube that was kind of like this. And they would send them over like wrapped very well so they wouldn't break because they were very brittle. And they were like these little kind of like tube looking things with like these lines this way. And this was our catalyst. And essentially what I did was, you know, it was, and when you looked at it like from the straight top down, it had a waffle like lattice that looked like this. So there were little channels, and each channel was about a couple millimeters, really small, like really like it just looked like I think maybe like 2 or 3 millimeters. And inside of it, like along the wall was just, you know, this is ceramic, so like I could just crush it with my hands and it's brittle. It would turn to powder if I would grab it and just go. I could crush it very easily. It was very brittle. So what I would do was I would take a razor blade and I would cut this into smaller pieces. And the piece I had to fit in our test reactor, which was just a tiny tube that we would flow the gases through. And I would put like cotton in the bottom of the tube here and cotton in the top of the tube here. And I would sandwich like a piece of this material right in between the tubes. And we would measure the yields and all that stuff. And we had a heater on it and everything. And I would basically take a razor blade and I would cut out like a sort of, like you're cutting out squares, but it needs to fit into a round thing. So I had to like basically cut like this like pattern like that. You see what I'm trying to draw? It's like as circular as you can make it while cutting it along a square shaped lattice. So when I would cut out the pieces, I had to basically take this little thing and cut it into a lot of little pieces like that. And so this is from the top down. And so it would easily slide into the sides of the test tube. And I had to basically cut it exactly. So part of my job was cutting this out of that. And I could probably get like maybe 10 or so out of this. And across the link, I could probably get like 10, like 20 more down this way. And that's what I did. And I would shove it in the reactor. And then we would do our runs there. It's kind of nice. So that was part of my job. And the recipe was like what we were trying to study. And on the actual substrates, you know what a catalyst is like, you know, there's a wall Like if you just look at something, it's just a flat, that thing was like flat and smooth. But if you were to zoom in on the wall, it's not necessarily flat. It's like this kind of like very porous substance. And it feels flat on the surface, but it's very porous. And like the active material would like sit on the edges like this. And so my job in my research was to decide, as boring as this stuff sounds, the two chemical elements, you had platinum and barium oxide. Barium oxide was bigger than platinum, were distributed at different rates. So I was deciding how far apart these needed to be on average from each other. Like, was it better to have them like very far apart? Was it better to have two platinum molecules in between this, or one, or zero? And I was basically saying like, what's the best recipe? And they sent us so many different ones, like different distributions of all the different materials, and we decided which one had the best yield. And that's the big paper that, the big project that I worked on in my undergrad research for the PhD candidate. She got her doctorate. That was her dissertation was on the whole process. She's the reactor that night. Oh, giggity. So basically I made a new fleshlight for the most part. But I was like, most of it was taking this really brittle stuff and just etching away at it with a razor blade to cut out these little pieces. And I was like very cautious. Like I had cotton, like a whole bed of cotton sitting there. I'd have to like cut it on top in case I dropped it, would fall on cotton. Extremely brittle. Yeah, do it on a fume hood because even the dust, you don't want to breathe that in. Well, platinum's not as toxic as other metallic components. We definitely want to be like inhaling large amounts of barium oxide. Not necessarily super toxic. It's not a neurotoxin, but it can't be good for you. So I had to be under like a fume hood. So my hands were like in there and I was like, etch, 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 etch. New flashlight. Man, boring day, guys. I thought we were going to get some selling today. I guess not. Lovely. Like, market that looks like this, I only think my thought is always it can go straight up, but we'll see. What is the risk interval here? Oh, y'all just took me down. The person asked me if I dropped out of college, took me down like a whole path of memory lane here. No, I definitely did finish, but it's fun to explore all of that. Risk interval 209.75. Not even anywhere close to DD band today. I think that this might just pop up and have a big green FU candle to finish up the day. But we'll see. 58.50. Kind of sucks to have like all day. I gotta like stream all day with nothing to do. I need something to do in the market, damn it. It's gonna be such a boring day to stream. We'll just hang out and talk about whatever then. Nasdaq's looking pretty chill. I don't think we're getting any selling pressure. This is looking solid, like, you know, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, upper consolidation. For whatever it's worth, this could just end up right up here and close out the day. Not too worried about this selling off, but I don't think there's going to be momentum until maybe the end of the day. No volatility, no pressure here. Market's trying to sell a little tiny bit, and then there's still buyers here. Let's see what's going on. Hold on one second. All right. Why don't I promote funding ticks? Why get rid of Apex? Is funding ticks is probably best after funding next. Well, they're like kind of like ruthless competitors with each other. You kind of like go one or the other. They kind of don't like each other. That's kind of what it's like out there. And I'll tell you an example. Funding Ticks is reaching out to all kind of influencers right now, making offers for them to promote. They haven't even called me or even wrote to me because I work with Funded Next. I'm really sure. That's the theory. Other Funded Next people say the same thing. Other Funded Next affiliates say that they don't even get a phone call. But they're calling and they're making like cash offers to people that are smaller than us. So that we just put two and two together. We're like, dang, the rivalry's pretty fierce. I think they don't like, you know, they don't like that. But then maybe I'm just speculating. I don't know. But I don't reach out to prop firms anymore. They reach out to me. So I wait for them to make an offer. Then I talk to them. Usually that's the way that it goes. It's kind of like just two rivals. You know, they're both big Forex. They're both huge firms in the space. They're kind of like top step in my funded futures. You guys listen to, there's like a little rivalry between the two of them. But I was surprised when they're making cash offers to people like half my size. So either they just somehow just don't know that we exist, or B, what me and the other Funded X people think is that none of us got phone calls. Probably because of that. Conspiracy theory, maybe. Or just coincidence, they haven't made their way around yet. But normally, what we know is that they walked up to some of these other influencer friends of ours and were like, hey, we'd love for you to promote us. Even, you know, we checked you out. We think you're great. You know, would you like to meet? And it would be weird for someone to skip over us. And me and my other friend, who's also really big, we both got skipped over because we're affiliated with Funded Next. So we think that that's what happened. But again, nothing against it. I think that they just want to make sure that there's not somebody that's repping both. I think they want exclusivity. I think it's kind of maybe what they're offering. But I don't reach out to prop firms and say, hey, can I become an affiliate? I wait for them to come to me. And so I'm sure they're a good firm. I don't know anything about them though. Funding Tick sounds like a Lyme disease operation. Probably a good firm. I mean, Pat and Rips and a couple other people are working with them now. But I think as the theories are going, you got to pick one. Like in the world of the two, you got to pick one or the other. Like essentially, you're in one camp, never both. It's like you're either a Sith or you're either a Jedi. Yeah, that's exactly. They just want exclusivity and they don't want you promoting their competitors. Makes a lot of sense. Like, I can't prove that, but you know, it feels that way. And I could be wrong if they ever reach out to me, and then I'll listen to what they have to say for sure. So bless you, Matt, for turning down the morning show offer for singing with you guys. Of course. I did. They offered a really big salary too, and I didn't take it. That's an interesting theory, viral pulse. There could be some truth to that. I never thought of it that way. A lot of the competition between affiliates is exclusivity and gatekeeping as well. You would certainly not want to share the market space with somebody who's a comparable pool, or you know, that also could be a reason. Now, I'll tell you from my perspective on the other way, you know, the people I work with ask me, hey, who's a good person to work with? And so I do have that ability to say, I like this person, work with, let's grab them, or let's talk to them or something. But from my perspective, I never think, oh, I don't want somebody who's big because they're competing with me. I don't ever think like that. I say, I want somebody that's big because I want to get some buzz around this brand. The more people that like this brand, the better it is for everybody. So think about it. As much as it could I have been cock blocked by another influencer? It's possible, but I think everyone would make more money the more people that are pushing a firm to create virality around it. Example is Tradeify. You know, Tradeify was pushed out by so many people so quick. Everybody now makes a lot of money with them. So I think it would be beneficial for everybody to be on the same page at the start to give it some traction. But there could be some truth to what you're saying. Could be internal competition, things like that. Maybe. Does Fundex limit you to 6 Fundex performance accounts? You passed 10 evals, but so far they only moved 6 to performance. They only moved 300,000, Sean, to performance level. Correct. So I guess since you said 6, you must have had 50Ks. The rest of them are on standby in case you blow up the first 3. Yes, sir. You said you love that I'm not sour about things. Well, I mean, I understand the nature of business and competition. I don't have disrespect for people due to the natural course of business. It's just expected. You know, maneuvering is expected. Power plays are expected. The goal is to play the game as everyone else plays it, but never be salty if it hand doesn't play in your favor. I only have respect because that's how the business world is, you know? The goal is to and position yourself in a way that works for your business. But they sound like a good firm. They have a straight to funded program, and a lot of, like I said, a lot of the bigs are promoting them. But there's a clear dividing line that you will not see anybody in the space promoting funded ticks and funding next at the same time. I had a talk about this yesterday, this exact thing, with somebody else. More like the conversation was me and someone else were confused as to why we never got a phone call. And then we thought about it and we said, oh, yeah, well, there are 0 people. And that now anybody can go get an affiliate code. Some people might have an affiliate code for most people. I'm talking about the people that get offered salaries to promote. Like, it's different. There's a different tier of affiliate influencer. Some people just have an affiliate code. Others get paid monthly to do an affiliate code, also get affiliate revenue. And that tier, the contracts are exclusive for that. That's what we think. We haven't seen the other side of the contract, but the assumption is it's exclusive because we don't see anybody getting salaries from both places. And it's a small world and everybody knows everybody. So. What most will know is that 99% of US traders fail. If you can achieve affiliate status, that's where it's at, and you're not wrong, Matt. Let's not just limit it to affiliate status. 99% of traders fail. You may not be wrong. But any job that you have for income is where it's at. Anything is more stable than trading, unless you're just one of the best of the best. So in the trading world, the easiest fallback is somebody go out there and become an affiliate to try to make some extra bucks to fuel their trading addiction. For other people, any job is a better fallback. It's not just affiliates the way to go. Anything is more stable than trading. So whatever you do out there is probably going to be more beneficial to you on average than trading. Now, not to say that the 1% of traders that are passing aren't all congested here in the rock suiter community, as there's a lot of people here that are doing well. But everywhere it can be the case. Anybody that's applying themselves and practicing this, it's not hard to eventually get good at this. It takes a long time, but a lot of traders really push for that affiliate status because it's a way for them to make a couple extra bucks. For us, you know, I mean, I run 2 big financial companies, so my energies go into that. And affiliate is a bonus as well. But again, like I said, anything you can do for stable income. Like I had this talk the other day, you know, people are talking about, I've never met somebody who makes more money trading than they do in other things they do in business. And I said, you probably won't, because even the best day traders, it's not all they do. The best day traders in the world aren't going to be making 10 million and 20 million a year just sitting there day trading and risking losing that. They're going to be making something, but then scaling that revenue in a parallel sense through other types of investments that are bigger and safer, and then have their wealth create more wealth that's not trading. So the answer to your question is anything for the 99% is better than trading. Anything you do to make extra money. Yeah. Like when I started making money as a trader, as the years went by, I've converted my trading revenue into 17 streams of revenue that I have now. 17 things put money in my bank account. Affiliate stuff is a couple of them. And your goal in life is like, do you want to try to become stable or rich or wealthy? And you can say there's a bunch of paths, each one of them. You don't become wealthy day trading. Nobody does. You become rich day trading. Day traders, to become wealthy, they take their money and they build other stuff with it. I built Rocket Scooter. I built Rocket Place. That's like wealth money, right? Invest your money further into something else that can scale, you know. And so trading is still something for income. It's still something I'm good at. It's still something I'm always going to do. But for some people, successful traders will leverage into business, but most of the unsuccessful traders will leverage it into affiliate status as well. So it's hard to pluck out, like, you know, who's good at trading from that. Anybody that's good at trading, or anybody that's trading, good or bad, is going to accept a paycheck for more money. The problem is most people that are bad are out there being affiliates. And just because you're an affiliate doesn't mean you're a bad trader. It just means you want extra free money. And that's totally fine. It's smart to leverage your work to parallel streams of income doing the same thing, right? If you can do something like, imagine you run a bakery, but what if you put a camera on yourself while you made your cookies and people watched you, and then you got revenue from that, and then you sold cookbooks from that, and then you streamed while you did it, and then you got ad revenue from that, and then you got people buy your cookbooks because you can promote it. And all of a sudden you got foot traffic for your business, right? You just leveraged your bakery into 4 or 5 streams of income. Maybe you were an affiliate for like, I don't know, Williams-Sonoma or some shit, right? So the smart thing to do in business in 2025 is to do exactly that with whatever you do, whether it's trading or whether it's whatever. The avenue of putting yourself in social media and in the public, of doing anything you're good at, you can compound the income so many times over. Think of trading as a way, think of this. If you think of a prop firm, it's like, ooh, a prop firm is a way for me to get my first $10,000 so that I can trade on my own. Then think of trading. Trading is a way I can make my first $100,000 so I can buy my first whatever investment. And then that investment's like, ooh, this is my way to make my first $1 million so I can invest in this. And so everything is a stepping stone to something else. Trading, start thinking millions, right? Is your ceiling, making a couple millions out of it, right? You're not like, I'm gonna make $100 million as a trader. No one does. Unless you're managing hundreds of millions of assets, you're not making hundreds of millions of dollars. You're not pulling 250 millions of percents return a year. It's just not feasible. You make a comfortable living and become rich as a trader. Nice car, nice house, nice watch sort of thing. But you're not going to develop generational wealth just scalping Nasdaq futures. The rarest of people are betting that big and risking it all to make big money. Most people are taking that money they make and then saving it up and then building something with it and building something with it. You know what I mean? So over the years, like I built a trading platform with my trading gains, and I built the marketplace with my trading gains, and it just, you compound that way. Anything you do, doesn't matter what it is, you can find a way on social media to turn it into a bunch of revenue streams. It's very possible for anybody to do it right now. You can film yourself as an accountant talking about numbers all day while you goof off and do your work. You'll have tens of thousands of accountants watch you while they work. Sponsored by HP. Get your calculators from HP, you know, Texas Instruments, you know, whatever. I mean, it's a formula that works everywhere. The problem is with trading, though, is that a lot of untalented people just become salesmen, which is totally fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But then they also try to leverage that into selling the impression that they have talent and trying to, you know, press their own abilities as a product, like buy my course, buy my tools, buy my indicator, buy my algorithm. And they don't have success themselves, which is totally fine as long as they tell you that, but most of them won't tell you that. And the prop space is very easy for people to hide their actual wealth. It's easy just to post that you made a payout, and they miss all the pieces of, well, I didn't actually make a profit even though I got a payout. And so it's easy to think that everybody out there is making a lot of money as a trader when they're really not making anything, because all they can do is post pictures of their payouts. And a payout doesn't necessarily mean profit, right? And people still fall for it. It's like, oh, how'd your business do? Oh, well, we did $1 million in revenue last year. You're at Shark Tank. Yeah, we had $1 million in revenue. And what's the next question they ask? Oh, that's cool. Let me invest. No, they go, oh, well, what were your margins? How much of that was profit? Right? And you guys as traders don't sit there like in Shark Tank and ask people how much of that was profit. Right? How much did you put into the game? How much did you lose? How many times did you blow up? You know? And so It's just become, in trading, it's become a lot easier for people to become affiliate salesmen of stuff. Harry, I'm worried that the market was gonna pull back. Then it looks like it didn't happen. Any trades today? Nope. I do nothing. When you do ask, they don't answer or are dishonest about it. And this is true. There was a time before the prop world was big where unless you were posting a broker statement, people assume you were paper trading. And so you were kind of required to post broker statements just to show that you were trading a real account. But these days, I mean, people can just blend in. Half the people on YouTube are either just trading props, the other half are paper trading, straight up paper trading. And now they can just easily blend in because everybody's paper trading, and now it's the status quo to paper trade, and kind of a crappy world, but yeah, and you likely won't see a lot of people trading a real account because the people, even me who was always trading a real account, it became less popular than trading props. You trade props and then, you know, people love that. Your audience will love that more because that's what they're doing. And even so, most people aren't trading a real account because they don't have one. For me, it's just the visibility is very low because people aren't really like caring to watch that, I guess, if that makes sense. Like my decision to trade props was simply because that's where the audience is. And you guys really would like for me to trade props with y'all so that y'all can learn the business and get through it. It was just so different with me just trading one real account onto the side, because in props, you know, you have to rotate your accounts and trade different accounts at different times. And that's a whole different strategy that, you know, people can watch me do. This reading distance here was 402, 448, so 40 points. Nice to see the NASDAQ moving higher. How I was thinking we were going to get some crazy volatility today. Missed out on the obvious bull run, that's okay. Just going to sit back and let this market do its own thing. I was waiting for my stronger A+ setups in here earlier. What you don't understand is see me allowing people to stream to level 2. Yeah, when they charge so much money for it. This is true. This is also true. What's a good stop for the Orm break play? The only other upper targets I ever look for are these upper DD bands. Honestly, in this day, if I could have got 40-point rip on this, I would have taken it. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be trying to push on this today. I don't think the market's selling off. I don't think we're gonna get lower lows. It might just inch higher. That VVIX started trading down a little bit, which is nice. I'm not gonna tell you guys what you guys should do. What I would do is if I had gotten this wave and that wave, I would absolutely be done. Like I wouldn't be trying to sit in this all day because it's just a market that's just going to trickle higher and then it might get some volatility, but I don't think so. Lisus is Rocket Scooter's a game changer, donating $20 to the stream. Thank you. Just had first 10K month and 3K payout coming from Tradeify. Wanted to pay this forward because someone did it for you here and you're paying it forward to the rest of the group. That is amazing, man. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate the good commentary. Thank you so much. I will donate that to the bootcamp stack. I'll add 3 to that as well. I'll donate $60. So now we're at 122 bootcamp seats will be given away when we do our giveaway in 2 weeks. You guys said, is Leo trolling you guys? What did Leo say? Wait, you mean you're paying 2 Bitcoins for this stream? Oh, he's just being funny. Trendline support. Let's go. Thanks for the donation, man. It's 5 Bitcoins, not 2. Friday, man. All you guys went out to go enjoy your day on Friday, looks like. Gonna be a light day for the rest of the day, I feel. Thank you, Matt. You got super profitable. Well, I'm glad to hear it, man. Really am. That's very incredible. I'll say in the trading space, though, I'll tell you guys, if you're like, I want to become a trader and a trading affiliate, is a very hard business to break into. It is so saturated right now. It's not worth your time. Unless you've got 10, 20,000 people staring at your face a day, you're probably not going to make a business out of it. But everybody's trying to. And I, as an advisor, as a business, it's like, it's a very small world, and there's not a lot of room for growth. There's not a lot of futures traders. I mean, there are, but there's not like, it's not like there's tens of millions of futures traders in a pool to work through. So, but everybody out there is just being an affiliate because they're adding that to their roster, and the props are very competitive. So they're recruiting people left and right to promote them. But in general, for you guys, you're traders and you're like, ooh, I'd like to maybe do the affiliate thing. It probably won't be worth your time to get in on it. Like for revenue wise, like if you're like, I'm going to make a business out of this. Challenge accepted. You know, for most average people, not a bad way to make like a couple extra thousand a month. But if you're trying to make like $1 million a month doing the affiliate biz, you need to be like Pat level, invest ridiculous amounts of money into your business of doing that. He's a whole team of employees managing his affiliate business. It's not just him with an affiliate code. I have a whole team of employees managing my affiliate business, you know. It's a pretty significant investment in a saturated space. And everybody out there has a code, you know. $1 million a month seems a bit unrealistic. I know. We got 5 minutes till MFFE TV show. Pat makes about $1 million a month. That absolutely is true. I've actually seen it. Are you home? No, he's making $1 million a month between everything. Trading, affiliate, all that stuff. He's got a really solid gig going on over there. Affiliate, he has salaries from a couple places. Affiliate dollars, trading. Yeah, it took him about 10 years. Yeah, it takes a long time. You're on the way. Are you on the way to Katie? Then you're coming home. Oh, I thought you said you were here like you were home. You got my heart broken there. All right, we need to get ready for My Funded TV. We can get you the link over there. This is probably like the smallest stream we've had in a couple weeks. This Friday, boring. No trades, boring. This happens sometimes. But I did say long side trades are probably favorable. I just didn't take any. Turn over. Hey guys, stick this link over here. We'll be hanging over to My Funded TV. Run over there, say hey to Tom. Give him some love in the chat. Market's moving, man. What do I want to do? Buyer's remorse, not playing the long side like I wanted to, but 0 is still a good trade. That's one clean little short squeeze there. $7.2 across all your accounts, taking that long out the door. Very, very nice. Yeah, my initial cautions to not take the long until I got to my strong pivots, and then I didn't get anything. So, but that happens. Flat is also a good day. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Let's get the intro song. But everybody go to My Funded TV. We'll see y'all in a little bit. The link that I posted in chat, go there. They do tons of giveaways every single stream. There's the link in chat. I'll be live there. Talk a little bit more about the market and everything.
now. Oh my god, new old.